I was manifesting my partner. So then he appeared.
Every girl has 6 women needs. We met in April and we got married in August.
Oh, wow.
Only one girl who will either destroy your life or transform your life. But
So
if there are two, never chase a girl.
डेटिंग कोच बनना अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है.
What be that person who you are trying to attract?
She gets impatient now. And basically now she is chasing you, whether actually in reality you're chasing her, but in her mind she doesn't know what's going on.
But I feel that everything comes down to self-love. चाहे तुम्हें एक अच्छा partner चाहिए, तुम्हें गाड़ी चाहिए, तुम्हें घर चाहिए, तुम अपनी family को अच्छे से रखना चाहते हो.
First, boys, please take notes. And second, I second that. Girls have a thing for voices.
What do I have to become to deserve her or him?
In that relationship, एक hope पे वो continue कर रही है उस relationship को कि एक दिन ये सुधरेगा, एक दिन ये बदलेगा, एक दिन मेरा प्यार इसको change कर देगा, एक दिन इसको realize हो जाएगा. वो एक दिन कभी आता नहीं.
So that's something, a concept of multiple date illusion. Never go on one place and stay there. Always keep moving. So whenever you're at one,
तुझे कितना चाहने लगे हम. Yes.
Hello and welcome to Ambivert Aysh. This is our exclusive podcast CONVO with Aysh. और आज का जो एपिसोड है वो हर किसी के लिए है because we are going to talk about self love, dating and manifestation. So अगर आप single है and trying to attract or manifest a partner, then this episode is definitely for you. अगर आप relationship में है या married है, then also this episode is exactly for you because we have a power couple today, Jaskaran and Shruti. And they have literally strengthened my faith in love and relationships. और इन दोनों ने actually बहुत सारे problem के बहुत ही effective solutions दिए हैं, especially for women जिन्हें trust issues होते हैं, commitment issues होते हैं या self doubts होते हैं, how to deal with all these things with self love. We have also covered the psychology and the difference in psychology of men and women. और मेरे भाइयों के लिए सबसे important, you will get to know the 6 needs of women which if you fulfill, you can attract any woman you want. And also इन दोनों ने साथ में मिलके health, wealth, perfect relationship और बहुत सारी चीजें manifest की है and they have told exactly how they did it. एक बात तय है कि ये अभी तक का सबसे lively और candid episode रहा है and I thoroughly enjoyed it. अब थोड़ा जान लेते हैं अपने गेस्ट के बारे में. Shruti Singh is a self-love coach. She helps people reprogram her subconscious mind, remove stress and anxiety to achieve and attract continuous success in life. She has trained 300 plus people, has 5 plus years of experience and 200k plus followers across social media. And I personally love her personality and just the way she is. और हमारे जसकरण भाई हैं dating coach who has helped 1,000 plus men, in his words and I quote, get high quality women asking you for a date and craft a love life you always desired and deserved. He can literally teach you to become a chick magnet and attract any woman that you want or desire. And I can second that कि जो techniques उन्होंने बताई है, they were actually very relatable, powerful and logical. So I think अब काफी excitement already बन चुका है. So without wasting any more time, let's start the episode. पर मुझे definitely बता देना comments में कि ये episode आपको कैसा लगा because it is one of a very different kind. And क्या-क्या और topics आप चाहते हो that I cover in this podcast. And I highly recommend कि आप एक notepad और pen लेके बैठो क्योंकि बहुत सारे tips, techniques और notes मिलेंगे. So do note them down और comment में भी बता देना all your learnings and takeaways from this episode of Convo with Aysh. Enjoy and learn. Hi Shruti, hi Jaskaran, welcome to Convo with Aysh. How are you feeling? So firstly, you do look very cute together.
Thank you, thank you.
And I want to just put this out there that when I met Harpreet ma'am when she came to the podcast, मैंने उनको कहा था कि उनकी love story देख के मेरा love में faith restore हो गया है. And yours is a couple जिसको देख के it strengthens even more. So you have that. Thank you so much for joining us today. So बिना time waste किए, let's start with your core story. Like how were you guys before you met each other?
You can start first.
How was I before I met him?
Yeah, like what was the story? क्या-क्या चल रहा था आपकी life?
Okay, so I was just like a regular girl lost in world के क्या करना है, क्या बनना है life में and all of those things, and then I have my own personal story where I went into depression and came out of it, and you know through self love, and that's how I became a self love coach. And yeah, like before meeting him, I was enjoying my single life. I'll be very honest, but yes, I was manifesting my partner. So then he appeared. Baki, you can share what was going on with you.
So I'm a chartered accountant by profession, and I think 3 to 4 years ago, full time I became a dating coach in India, and I was just, dating girls random, but as she said that I was also looking for someone to settle down because I was, I really wanted to move ahead of all this chasing, on and off, 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. So we just met in the ILH in one of the business communities on Telegram, and from there we connected very well, and we met in April and we got married in August.
वाओ, चटमंगनी पट ब्याह वाले का एक परफेक्ट एग्जांपल हो
Yes,
आप लोग.
fastest love marriage हम बोलते हैं.
अमेजिंग. सो मेरे को बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस है एक्चुअली. पहला तो ये कि आप दोनों की नीश बहुत पेक्यूलियर है, बहुत डिफरेंट है. लाइक यूजुअली ये चमका कहाँ से, मुझे तो ये लाइक डाउट है कि सेल्फ लव इज ऑफ कोर्स वेरी मच नीडेड पर बहुत अंडररेटेड है. लोग बहुत ज्यादा
Yeah.
उसको वैसे देखते नहीं है जैसे देखना चाहिए. एंड
Yeah.
डेटिंग इटसेल्फ, लाइक डेटिंग कोच बनना अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. सो हाउ डिड यू वेंट थ्रू दिस जर्नी और यहाँ तक पहुंचे कैसे? सो यू कैन स्टार्ट विथ हुएवर वांट्स टू गो फर्स्ट.
Okay, so we'll keep this as a template only कि हमेशा मैं पहले start करूँगी and second को, ठीक है? So
Perfect.
reason. So मेरा like I mentioned मेरा वही डिप्रेशन था, फिर सुसाइडल हो गई थी मैं. तो उसके तो मुझे लाइफ हुआ कि यार मैं तो खुद को प्यार ही नहीं करती, तब भी तो मुझे अपनी लाइफ ही एंड करने का मन कर रहा है. So that's how I started my spiritual journey. I started meditating and then धीरे धीरे मुझे लाइफ हुआ कि I can help people with my own journey. और उस मोमेंट पे मेरे को it was a defining moment where I felt that there is so much love inside of me to give to others. And this is what I want for everyone. Like सबके अंदर इतना प्यार होना चाहिए कि सबको बांटो तो पूरी दुनिया ही एक बहुत ही beautiful place होगी to live in. And that's when I decided that I want to be a self-love coach. And this is what people need because I feel that everything comes down to self-love. चाहे तुम्हें एक अच्छा पार्टनर चाहिए, तुम्हें गाड़ी चाहिए, तुम्हें घर चाहिए, तुम अपनी फैमिली को अच्छे से रखना चाहते हो घूम फिर के इसलिए बिकॉज तुम्हें खुश रहना है, तुम्हें अच्छा लगेगा जब ये सब होगा. So everything comes down to boils down to self-love, and that's when I decided that the world needs this, and I will teach this. So yes, that's how I became a self-love coach.
Okay, and what about
My story is simple, heartbreak.
Heartbreak
Okay.
अंदर मेरे में भी था वैसे तो, but
heartbreak or heartbreaks? Let me emphasize on that.
Heartbreaks.
Right?
yes.
कि एक बार दिल तोड़वा के इतना knowledge तो नहीं आता because I've seen your content and the way you teach about dating, it's very profound, it's different. So I really am curious to know कि ये यहाँ तक पहुंचा कैसे.
So it actually started from my curiosity of psychology because I started understanding myself better once. I always say that there are going to be many heartbreaks or many challenges in your relationship or whatever rejections, but every rejection does not hit you at the same level. But I always say, because I have students who are men mostly, so I always say there is only one girl who will either destroy your life or transform your life. But
So
if there are two, you better,
then you're God.
basically correct. So ultimately, for me personally, there were two. So one destroyed my life and one transformed my life. So one was the earlier one, and I kept on blaming God, blaming myself and girls. Why do they like bad boys? Like, I already knew this concept, but I was like, why are girls like this? And the second one actually gave me a breakthrough that maybe it's not them or me. I'm not the problem. They are not the problem. It's just miscommunication. It's just the behavior. It's something I am not able to portray, that I am a good human, but I am kind of not able to advertise myself in that way. And maybe I'm relying too much on my goodness. In reality, I need to have some other masala. What do you say? Like, if you keep on eating sweet every meal, morning till night, you'll get bored. So most guys who are like what I call a typical nice guy comes from only one angle. Like, I want this girl, so I will do anything to make her feel good. But honestly, the girl wants a normal human, not someone who treats them like some goddess or something like that. Maybe later on, after she marries him or whatever. But in the starting, a normal conversation would go far away. And all these concepts, all these things we have not been taught in our childhood by our parents. Like, my parents have always told me, बेटा पढ़ाई पे ध्यान दो, करियर पे ध्यान दो, लड़कियों का चक्कर छोड़ो. वो अलग बात है, मैंने लड़कियों को करियर बना लिया. But I got really interested in psychology and specifically the gender intelligence part, not the general psychology of Sigmund Freud and all that. It was very way old. How women are different than men. And once I started understanding, I started closing out the gaps and differences. And once I really understood, okay, this is how they react, this is what they say, but this is what their nervous response is. So it's kind of different. A girl says, I like a guy who gives me family, who loves me, who takes care of me, who's everything for me. And then we see cases like Kaka, the famous footballer, and the wife says, he's everything for me, but I don't want him. So when you really understand that women from their nervous system respond in a very different way than what their mind thinks they want. And then I started really understanding that, okay, there is a gap in women itself. Like, लड़कों को लड़कियों के बारे में समझ नहीं आता, ये तो पता ही है. But I realized लड़कियों को भी लड़कियों के बारे में कुछ नहीं पता.
That is so true.
And
हमारा मोटिवेशन ही नहीं है ना समझने का.
And I'm like, this is such a big gap in the society. पहले लड़कियों को नहीं पता और लड़कियों को भी नहीं पता, तो वो समझाएंगी क्या?
Yeah,
So that's why people are very confused. And I did not really want to become a coach or anything, but people started treating me that way because I used to keep speaking a lot. I used to help them a lot. So I was like a local relationship counselor in my friend circle. I used to work in an MNC in Bangalore, IT company. There, my boss, my super boss, everybody knows that I'm a relationship coach. I post YouTube videos. Someone calls me YouTuber. And they're like, just bhai, mere ko ye problem ho gaya, wo problem ho gayi hai. And I started charging because I was, very busy and I did not have time. So I wanted to filter out people, and one thing led to another. And I became a full-time coach only because it was a calling which I think I had to pursue.
Yeah, in your story, calling has played a deep part, I feel. So क्या discoveries थी फिर कि कैसे men psychology और women psychology different है?
So there are many things actually. For example, if you see a girl is a very emotional creature. I know it's a cliche, but at that time it was a very big discovery for me. Like, for example, when a girl and guy meet initially, so I was a kid who was trying to decode attraction. Like how to make a girl attracted to you, how to understand attraction, and majorly why do a guy feel so much high level of attraction for most of the girls very fast, and why do girls keep taking a little bit of more and more time? And then I learned this concept of like men are visual, women are emotional. So men basically visually get attracted. So if you see a man who is talking to a girl, what happens is, and this is very subconsciously what's happening is, if he's actually even at a scale of 0 to 10, he's attracted to her like, let's say 5 or 6 or 7. Whenever he's talking to her and if he's getting good feelings, what he's doing is after every 10 minutes, and this is something I noticed in my behavior, but in many of my friends' behavior as well, he keeps on opening her DP every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes.
So what's really happening is basically he is actually visualizing how it would be like to make her my girlfriend, and this is how she looks like, this is how she talks like, this is how she looks like, this is how she talks like. And he's basically, and including me, I was also doing the same thing. We are falling in love with girls so fast. This is the reason, because we are visual. We always visualize stuff.
Okay, so this is on what stage? Like you have met the person or just by like
it
analyzing
is from the
person?
starting itself. By general sense, women are visual, according to how much I have understood. In general sense, men are visual. That's why
even when men look at random girls, they don't think so much about कि लड़की होगी कैसे, इसकी personality.
Yes.
Like attracted to how she's looking right now at that moment. But हम अगर लड़कों को कभी देखेंगे, हमें लगेगा कि यार ये बंदा देख कैसा रहा है, but क्या पता है abusive हो.
ये होगा
क्या
कैसे?
हाँ, we go for the behavior, the qualities.
हमारा इमोशनल क्वोशंट एक्टिवेटेड होता है, लड़कों का विजुअल सेंस एक्टिवेटेड होता है.
You might have seen that movie Dhoom 1, जहाँ पे वो बंदा जो लड़की को देख के एकदम से वो सोचने लग जाता है ये मेरी वाइफ होगी, बच्चे ऐसे दिखे. So kind of हम ऐसा करते हैं बचपन से. And when I started understanding this, एक और उसका पर्सपेक्टिव निकला कि when we are visual, we think women are visual, सो जब लड़की हमारे साथ ब्रेकअप करती है, हम अपने आप को शीशे में देखते हैं, मेरे में कमी क्या है, मैं तो सही दिखता हूँ. And we get insecure about our looks, but we never understand ki these are the exact looks she even fell for. But we are so insecure about our visual looks that we never understand that this is actually our behavior because of which she might have left us or rejected us. The reason is because we are visual, so we think everybody is visual. Because लोगों को जेंडर इंटेलिजेंस नहीं समझ आती कि वो अलग क्रीचर है ऑल टुगेदर.
So true. And you also talk about the 6 needs of women. ये मुझे बहुत interesting लगा. And जब मैंने देखा, it's
Where did
actually
you hear this out?
that's a secret. I have my sources. But it was very accurate. Now I had like real respect. Like this guy has studied women a lot. So I would really like you to enlighten हमारे बेचारे भाईजान लोगों को, so
So
they
the
would get
first
an
call
idea.
that we both had, उसने literally मेरे को वही explain किया था. 6 women are like, हैं? ये सब है.
For
ये
1
अच्छी
hour I
trick है.
was explaining and she was like, "है ये क्या है?"
Like very, very intrigued. Yeah.
This is something I figured out in a very long time because I used to study a lot of books, random videos here and there, and many people have this concept called, you might have seen very famous podcasters or whatever. Many people might know him. I won't name them. Push pull, you give her some attention, then take back attention. This will make her crazy for you, and I see that this works. And there are so many other concepts: 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. Someone is saying that you always be a mystery for a girl. Someone is saying make a girl feel special. Someone is saying you need to have a stand for yourself. Someone is saying if girls are not able to attract to you, that is only because she does not feel safe to you. And I'm like, what is the common denominator of all these random concepts everybody is saying? Because everybody gives their name to get attention hook and then buy their program. And at that time, I did not have any program or anything like that. I was like, what is the common factor which is called needs? And I came up with this word from one of my dearest, my mentor, Tony Robbins. When he always used to say, and not just him, there is one more, women's relationship coach, Matthew Hussey. And there are many people who always say needs, needs. They keep on using this word. Women have needs, men have needs, you are not fulfilling her needs. Sometimes girls are breaking up with you by saying, you were never there when I needed you the most. What do you mean? What do you mean by all that? What need are you talking about? And I really started, brainstorming what is the need they are talking about. And then I came up with something called a wish and a want. But behind that, every girl, according to me, it's my personal opinion, every girl has 6 women needs. They are emotional needs. Even women are not aware about it, but their nervous system responds to these things. And this might use different words to cater to this. For example, they might say, I need loyalty, but loyalty is not their need. Their need is actually something else. Their need is, by the way, security. So I have 6 women needs. I just gave a quirky name to make people remember that. So the first need is obviously safety and security. No girl is going to be attracted to you or be committed to you or even sexually open to you or at whatever level if she's not feeling safe and secure with you. Now, safety and security previously in previous generation used to be 3 things. One is physical safety and security. Like he should not be a person who would harm me ever physically. If that is the case, she will not be there. Second is emotional security. He should not use me or leave me or cheat on me or whatever. And the third was, which was 50 years ago, was financial security, that he should always be there to take care of me and my kids. Well, that is true right now also, but not in all the cases because women are all independent. They can take care of themselves. So itna zyada rehta nahi hai. So I only operate on these 2 things majorly. And that is your physical and emotional security. If she's not feeling that way, she's not going to be with you. Now, by the way, many people might be asking this question that then why do girls stay in a toxic relationship with a guy who is abusive? Because she's already stuck there. And she's staying because she's finding her security and safety in the moments in which that guy is making her feel safe. For example, he's like being abusive for 3 days and 4th day is like, I'm sorry, I'm fucked up. So what really happens is the girl looks forward to that fourth day, and then she keeps on, thinking that maybe I am the one who is the gift in his life, and maybe I can be his therapist and change him.
So actually putting it this way, that the girl is living in a hope in that relationship. एक hope पे वो continue कर रही है उस relationship को कि एक दिन ये सुधरेगा, एक दिन ये बदलेगा, एक दिन मेरा प्यार उसको change कर देगा, एक दिन उसको realize हो जाएगा, वो एक दिन कभी आता नहीं.
So that security element actually is connected with her hope. So she feels safe through that hope, hoping there is a good future in the past, or good future, or there was amazing things in the past. So she does not really live in the
Stuck
present.
in a pattern. इसका loop चले जा रहा है.
Correct. So this is one need of a girl. Now women have different words to portray this need. I need a guy who is loyal. I need a guy who is committed. This is exactly what this security and safety need. Second is, now God has a big sense of humor. That's why they created these needs. That women, if you're making a girl feel very safe and secure all the time, they'll get frustrated and bored of you. So God has a sense of humor that they have a need of, which is opposite to security, which is mystery. So if you don't have that curiosity to build up in a girl's head, where they say curiosity kills the cat. It's so true, because if you're not making a girl feel curious about what you're going to do next, or who are you, or there is no element in your personality which is still a hidden gem. I'm not saying lying to her. All I'm saying is not being an open book, at least in the starting of the relationship.
Right.
After that, the relationship takes care of automatically from other aspects of other relationship coaching stuff. But at least in the initial phase of like first few years of marriage, that is what I'm talking about. But most people are not even able to continue till that, because they immediately lose mystery. You might have heard, a guy who just met a girl and they're just morning till 9 talking on call continuously for literally days, weeks, and after a while they find themselves so lost, I don't even know what to talk about. The reason is because they are such an open book and they don't really have any friend. So it is such an emotionally dependent relationship that there is no mystery left, right? So that's how I teach, men to be a little mysterious about yourself. Whatever a girl asks, you don't need to give her 10 answers. Just give her the answer she's asking for in the right way, and ask her as well. And
So that's how he attracted me also, right?
कुछ चीजें
Initially
बता
there
के.
was not so much physical attraction, या मेरे को कोई, मैं इसको romantic angle में इतना नहीं देखती थी. It was just curiosity, and I am like the most curious sign in the entire zodiac. ठीक है? And मैं generally like I'm a very very curious person, and he activated that even more.
What's your zodiac?
I'm Gemini.
I'm
तो
also
सबसे ज्यादा-
Gemini.
हाँ, तो हाँ, we are like the most
Explains a lot.
curious. Yes. तो इसने एनीवे की लड़कियों को समझता था, तो और मैं, मेरा साइन भी ऐसा, तो मेरे लिए तो इट वाज ऑल अबाउट क्यूरियोसिटी. मैं लिटरली इसको स्टॉक कर रही होती थी इंस्टाग्राम पे, एंड जस्ट आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी कि ये क्या है, ये बंदा क्यों, मतलब ये मेरे से बात नहीं करता था, लाइक ही सेइंग राइट, कि इसने क्यूरियोसिटी मेरे अंदर वो इंटेंशनली जगाई थी कि मैं इसके पीछे आऊं, बट मेरे इंटेंशंस नहीं थे वो. So I was in that trap, but and it worked, of course.
Well played.
Yeah, well played.
We'll come to the whole story because I know उसमें भी बहुत interesting angles है. So let's quickly just get over with the needs and we can come to that.
Cool.
So after the curiosity and security part, I'll just quickly cover it because, in my courses, I teach that in 7 hours.
Yes.
So it's at a
just
lot
the
of branches and elements in that.
Name the
The third one is actually, after you stop playing this security and curiosity game, you actually move ahead in the relationship and you start making her feel special. Because if she's not a woman, if she's not feeling special, if she's not feeling
Third.
at least the top 3 or at least the number 1 priority in your life, she's not really going to, even if you make your mom feel more special than her, even if she understands now, but after some time she'll start getting jealous of your mom. So this is what I started understanding, that okay, you have to make her feel very special. If you just take name of some other girl at any context, she'll get jealous, she'll get irritated. And this is something which most guys don't really understand. And once you start making her feel special in different ways, there are many different ways to make her feel special. Just asking questions about her personal life will make her feel special. If you
Yes.
really care, it'll make her feel special. And the fourth one is a little related to that, is make her feel heard and loved. So making her feel special is a little different than this, because sometimes women need to offload their emotions, and if they are not able to offload it on you, what kind of boyfriend or husband are you? So this is how they think, and this is how in reality it works. So you need to make her feel a little heard without any judgment, without any solutions from your side, and actually loved, like showered with love. And that is going to make her, according to me, blossom her feminine energy for you. Fifth one is sexual tension, which I call polarity. If you don't have sexual tension and polarity, the number one reason why breakups or even divorces happen is because of lack of polarity. So, for example, girls and guys, like a guy is a little masculine, girl is a little feminine. They have that sexual tension, opposite charge. And after a certain catastrophe in their life, something happens and they both become masculine to deal with that. Or they both become feminine and they lose their sexual charge towards each other, and they start having challenge in their intimacy. And that is the reason they lose their attraction, which is the first mode of you're going towards breakup, divorce.
True.
Once you start losing attraction. And the last one is, it's very surprising, but this is so true. Women have a need for men to realize they need to fulfill their needs. It's called need for masculine strength, meaning लड़कियां चाहती हैं कि लड़कों को पता हो कि उनकी खुद की नीड्स क्या है, ताकि they can take a stand for themselves and fight with me for your needs. Because if you are going to agree with each and everything she says, then you're not never going to give that negative charge to her, never fight with her, never take a stand for
Or
yourself.
never challenge her.
She'll never respect you. So women have the need for you to respect yourself. So once I really started understanding these 6 things, and when I started seeing a lot of cases, not just my personal, but I have 2,000 students all over India, and I keep on talking. I've been doing this from the past 6 to 7 years. It has never gone any case outside of these 6 brackets. And there's something I have, curated from many different areas and just created this beautiful thing so that people can use it at any place if they are facing any challenge, and then they can improve their relationship massively.
Awesome. ये सुनने में बहुत आपने लग रहा है कि ओवरव्यू देगा, but it is actually has a lot of depth. जब इसको लोग 3-4 बार सुनेंगे तब उनके दिमाग में घुसेगा कि आपने बोला क्या है. So firstly, thank you for this. Now let's combine the manifesting thing, because you are manifesting a partner consciously and then you met him. But उसके बीच में बहुत सारी चीजें हुई है. So please elaborate how it happened, or how did you actually manifest?
Okay. So, yeah, like you said, बीच में बहुत सारी चीजें. So, I'll be very honest here. I wasn't manifesting a new partner. I was stuck on my ex, and मैं उसको manifest कर रही थी. तो उसकी journey में मैंने realize करा that I started working on myself, self-love, and I became spiritual, meditation करी, अपने finances sort out करे, सब कुछ. Like I was just working on myself, and it was it was all because I wanted to manifest my ex back into my life, so that I felt that जब वो आएगा मेरी लाइफ में, I should be completely ready. Like ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि भाई मैं लाइफ में कर क्या रही हूँ, या मैं इमोशनली बैलेंस में ही नहीं हूँ. मेरे को बिल्कुल परफेक्ट बनना था. तो जब ये आया मेरी लाइफ में उस टाइम पे, so there's a small story if you want to hear, जो थोड़ी spooky और unique सी है, which you might have read in the book also, right?
Yeah.
तो मैं बताना चाहूंगी for all the viewers. So what happened when I became spiritual, मेरी third eye activate हो गई थी. उसकी वजह से बहुत psychic abilities मेरी again activate हो गई थी. So one night I did a new moon ritual जिसमें I was supposed to sleep with the question, and the question also came intuitively to me, and the question was, when will I get married? तो मेरे को तब अपने दिमाग में लगता था कि मेरी शादी मेरे एक्स से होगी, और उस टाइम पे मेरे को बस डेट जाननी थी कि उससे हो रही है, बट कब हो रही है. और फिर मेरे को ये 2021 में अक्टूबर में मैंने ये रिचुअल करा था, एंड मेरे को उसी टाइम के अराउंड इंट्यूशन भी आई थी कि अगले साल 2022 में मेरी शादी हो जाएगी. तो मैंने अपने घर पे अनाउंस कर दिया कि अगले साल मेरी शादी हो रही है, एंड दे वर लाइक ठीक है, एज तो तेरी होगी, लड़का कहाँ है, राइट? तो वो मेरे पास था नहीं उस टाइम पे. सो आई वाज इन नो कांटेक्ट विद माय एक्स फॉर 2.5 years. तो उस टाइम पे जो मैंने रिचुअल करा, दैट नाइट नथिंग, आई डिडंट हियर एनीथिंग. नेक्स्ट नाइट व्हेन आई वाज जस्ट अबाउट टू स्लीप, मेरे को याद है मैं ऐसे चादर ओढ़ रही थी, एकदम से मेरे को डेट सुनाई दी 13 जुलाई. एंड आई वाज लाइक ये क्या डेट सुनाई दी है, ये क्या है, ये क्या एकदम से सुनाई दिया. और फिर मेरे को एक याद आया, आई हैड आस्क्ड अ क्वेश्चन व्हेन विल आई गेट मैरिड एंड मे बी दिस इज द डेट. और फिर इंट्यूटिवली मुझे लगा कि फुल मून होगा और वेंसडे होगा, और दोनों चीजें करेक्ट निकली. एंड दैट वाज 2022, 13 जुलाई 2022 इज व्हाट आई थॉट अब मेरी शादी की डेट है. अगेन आई वेंट अहेड, टोल्ड माय फैमिली, आई डिड अ प्रोफेसी कि भाई मेरी शादी हो रही है 13 जुलाई को. ऑफ कोर्स रिएक्शन, लोग हंसी मजाक कर रहे थे और बोल रहे थे पागल होगी. मेरे पापा लिटरली बोलते थे पागल वाली बातें मत कर. Nobody believed me, but I believed because I never doubt my intuitions. So then 6 months later, 6 months तक कुछ भी नहीं हुआ, सब कुछ as it is था. I was just working on my business. And then 6 months later in ILH only, I found him. इसने कुछ मैसेज डाला था ग्रुप में और मैंने इसको ऐसे रीच आउट करा था. I used to interact with a lot of people ILH में. तो इसको मैंने मैसेज करा asking for some business advice. तो वहां से हमारी बातचीत स्टार्ट हुई. हमने फर्स्ट टाइम फोन कॉल पे बात करी. एंड फोन पे बात करते करते मैंने इसको ऐसे ही पूछा कि व्हाट्स योर डेट ऑफ बर्थ. ही सेड 13 जुलाई. मतलब फर्स्ट टाइम मेरे को ऐसा लगा कि चलो ठीक है भगवान को साइन दे रहे हैं. फिर मैंने कहा ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है कि 13 जुलाई मैंने अपनी शादी की डेट निकाली है और एक बंदा जिसके साथ मैं एकदम से इतनी क्लोज आ रही हूँ उसकी भी डेट ऑफ बर्थ 13 जुलाई है. फिर इवेंचुअली वी बोथ रियलाइज दैट इज नॉट द डेट ऑफ द मैरिज, इट्स द डेट ऑफ द गाय आई विल मैरी. दैट हैपेंड. एंड मेरी मैनिफेस्टेशन फिर थोड़ी अलग लेवल पे चली गई, स्पूकी लेवल पे. और यस, जो मैंने प्रोफेसी करी थी वो ऑलमोस्ट केम थ्रू. So that's how it happened. And manifestation के लिए मैंने like did so much. Like I used to visualize, I used to write it, I used to feel it. मैं ring पहन के रखती थी अपने हाथों में, feeling that I'm already engaged or married. So that is the extent. मैंने I don't think इतनी ज़्यादा desperately इसी चीज को, desperate is not the right word, but yeah, I wanted it so bad.
Dedicated.
Yeah, dedicated. So there was a moment जो मैं बताना चाहूंगी कि manifestation होती कब है, specifically इस partner वाले केस में. There was a moment when I felt like I was manifesting my ex back or a life partner, but there was a moment I felt like I don't need anyone. You know, कि मैं इतना fulfilled feel कर रही थी with my own self, with my own being, and you know, just being by myself, enjoying my own company, everything. मैं like ये moment पे मेरे को feel हुआ कि मुझे शायद partner चाहिए नहीं. और नहीं भी आया, कोई life में पुराना आया, नया आया, I don't care. Like I'm just happy right now with me. I'm dating myself. I'm in a relationship with myself, and that was the moment I realized that. Yeah, universe realized that now she deserves. और उसके बहुत जल्द फिर he came.
Is that how you will define self-love, or do you have an alternative definition?
Yeah, this is exactly like when you self-love is loving all of you, like literally all of you, and just जैसे तुम किसी से प्यार होता है तो तुम कैसा फील करते हो. तुम्हें कोई गाने सुनाई देते हैं रोमांटिक, तुम्हें लगता है कि हाय मैं डेडिकेट करूँ, तुम इमेजिन करने लग जाते हो अपने पार्टनर के साथ, राइट. सेम मेरे साथ होता था. मुझे लव सॉन्ग सुनाई देते थे, मैं अपने आप को डेडिकेट करती थी. इट वाज लिटरली एज इफ आई फॉलन इन लव विद माय सेल्फ. एंड द फीलिंग वाज बियॉन्ड मैजिकल. आई वाज लाइक आई वांट टू गिव दिस फीलिंग टू एवरीवन. तो वो एक होता है कि तुम्हें ऐसा लगता है कि यार तुम्हें खुद से तुम्हें प्यार हो गया, खुद को ही डेट करना है, खुद को ही डेट पे लेकर जाना है, खुद को ही पैम्पर करना है. इट्स जस्ट अ ब्यूटीफुल फीलिंग. एंड व्हेन द रिलेशनशिप विद योरसेल्फ इज ब्यूटीफुल, इट्स लाइक हम लोग क्या करते हैं रिलेशनशिप में कि हम लोग सीख करते हैं लव या वैलिडेशन या इम्पोर्टेंस. वो सारी चीजें हम जब खुद को देंगे तभी तो सामने वाला हमको दे पाएगा. इट्स लाइक यू डोंट फील वर्दी ऑफ दैट लव फॉर योर ओन सेल्फ. तुम खुद को ही प्यार नहीं कर रहे हो, तुम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो अपने पार्टनर को तुम्हें प्यार करे. तुम खुद को रिस्पेक्ट नहीं कर रहे हो, तुम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो तुम्हारा पार्टनर तुमको रिस्पेक्ट दे. डजंट वर्क लाइक दैट. एंड लाइक दे आल्सो से यू कांट फिल फ्रॉम एन एम्प्टी कप. So your cup needs to be full, right? Then you can give love to others, and then you can expect love from others. So it's like when he's loving me, it's not something that I need or want from him. It is a bonus. It is a cherry on the cake. मैं केक हूँ, ये चेरी है, right?
Awesome. Lovely. मजा आ गया. Okay, so इसके अलावा भी आपने बहुत सारी चीजें manifest की है. So
Yeah.
maybe you can suggest a few things like this is how you manifest. पहले तो बता दो because it's a lot and it's astonishing and it will inspire also a lot of people.
So first thing जो हुई थी, जब मैं जैसे डिप्रेशन से बाहर आई थी तो मैंने मैनिफेस्ट करा था एक घर. नॉट हमने बाय नहीं करा था, बट वी मूव्ड आउट ऑफ आवर करंट हाउस. रेंट पे गए थे हम, बट इट वाज लाइक अ ह्यूज चेंज बिकॉज मैंने लिटरली जो लिखा था कि बालकनी होनी चाहिए, उसमें ग्रास होनी चाहिए, फ्रेंडली नेबरहुड होना चाहिए, डॉगी होना चाहिए, उसमें लिटरली एक एक चीज केम थ्रू. मेरा खुद का रूम होना चाहिए, बाथरूम में बहुत सनलाइट आनी चाहिए. मेरा बाथरूम सबसे बड़ा, उसमें इतनी ज्यादा सनलाइट. आई वाज लाइक डिट्टो जो मैंने लिखा इट केम थ्रू. तो दैट वाज लाइक फर्स्ट टाइम मुझे हिट करा कि भाई हैविंग क्लैरिटी universe actually delivered. So that was first thing. ऐसे धीरे धीरे मैंने momentum build करा, फिर like so many things happened, whether it's spiritual goals or whether it's physical goals, everything I started to achieve. So momentum gain हो गया. So most people make this mistake that they when they're manifesting or when they're starting the manifestation journey, they're like पार्टनर चाहिए, ड्रीम कार चाहिए, ड्रीम हाउस चाहिए, इस ड्रीम वेकेशन पे जाना है, बट तुमने उससे पहले कुछ करा ही नहीं लाइफ में छोटा मैनिफेस्ट, तो तुम कैसे अपने आप को एकदम से इतना लंबा लॉन्ग जंप मारोगे? नॉट पॉसिबल. व्हेन यू आर, एक मैं एनालिसिस यूज करती हूँ कि जब तुम लॉन्ग जंप कोई भी सीखेगा तो उसको जो कोच है वो बोलेगा ना कि जब सबसे लंबा जंप तुम मार सकते हो वो मारो, ना कि जिसने गिनीज बुक ऑफ वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड में लॉन्ग जंप का रिकॉर्ड मारा हुआ उसको ब्रेक.
पहले तो रन अप ले के आओ, पहले सीखो क्या क्या है.
एग्जैक्टली. तो पहले तुम अपना लॉन्गेस्ट जंप मारोगे. तो जब तुम मैनिफेस्टेशन जर्नी स्टार्ट कर रहे हो उस टाइम पे अपना लॉन्गेस्ट जंप जो पॉसिबल है तुम्हारे लिए, दैट इज मे बी 1 लाख अ मंथ, इस टाइम पे तुम्हारे लिए वो तुम्हारा लॉन्गेस्ट जंप है. टेक दैट फर्स्ट, पहले उसको मैनिफेस्ट करो, बिल्ड दैट मोमेंटम इन योर मैनिफेस्टेशन जर्नी, राइट? सो ऐसे कर करके मैंने मैनिफेस्ट करी अपनी फर्स्ट कार, हम दोनों की फर्स्ट कार मर्सिडीज. Then we even recently bought our house together, right? So it just वो एक sort of ripple effect create हो जाता है तुम्हारी manifestation, और rather I would say snowball effect, जो एक छोटी छोटी चीज से तुम start करते हो कि you can start with manifesting a parking spot, a flower every day, a coffee every day. That's how you build the momentum, and then the snowball effect is there, the faith is there, you're working with the universe as a team, and manifestation is like as easy as breathing. So yes, and it's fun.
Awesome. So in our previous episodes, we have discussed certain manifestation techniques, like we have covered scripting, we have covered vision boards. So anything related to self-love that you can tell to our audience कि self-love को अगर आप importance दो तो manifestation fastest काम करता है, and
100%. Yeah. So the biggest thing is कि you feel deserving. Because बहुत सारी चीज तुम मैनिफेस्ट करना चाह रहे हो, you're wanting it, but deep down तुम्हें लगता ही नहीं तुम डिजर्विंग हो. deep down you don't think it's worthy. Like अगर मेरे को इसको मैनिफेस्ट करना था, तो अगर मैं अंदर से फील ही नहीं कर रही कि यार इतना तगड़ा लड़का, इंडिया का बेस्ट डेटिंग कोच, और उसको इतनी नॉलेज है लड़कियों को लेकर, मेरे डीप डाउन अगर ऐसे बिलीव होते कि यार मैं इतना सही लड़का डिजर्व ही नहीं करती, तो शायद मैं इसको ट्रैक नहीं कर पाती, राइट? तो हैविंग अ लॉट ऑफ लव फॉर योरसेल्फ, तुम्हारे अंदर से सारे जो नेगेटिव बिलीव्स हैं या डाउट्स हैं वो चले जाएंगे, एंड सबसे जरूरी चीज आ जाएगी, दैट इज डिजर्विंगनेस एंड वर्दीनेस टुवर्ड व्हाट यू रियली वांट. So when that happens, then manifestation becomes easy. उसके लिए सबसे simple activity you can do is write your goal and write down why you deserve it.
That's a good one.
Simple. Write down. तुम्हें realize होगा कि तुम क्यों deserve करते हो, और अगर तुम नहीं लिख पा रहे मतलब कुछ गड़बड़ है, या तुम action step नहीं ले रहे, या तुम्हारे deep rooted कुछ wounds है जिसपे तुम्हें healing करने की जरूरत है, and yeah, so that's how it goes.
That is actually the key challenge act. और गर्ल्स के साथ तो ज्यादा ही होता है, गर्ल्स पकड़ के बहुत बैठ जाती है इमोशंस को. So maybe they are like, even if they have attracted a good partner or good people around them, they will self-sabotage it because of their previous things.
Exactly.
So can you give an example to that?
Example. So suppose कि अगर कोई लड़की है जिसको उसने एक पार्टनर अट्रैक्ट करा, राइट, एंड उसको सब कुछ उसमें सही लग रहा है, सब सही चल रहा है, देन बिकॉज पास्ट का कोई इशू है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल पास्ट में उसके साथ चीटिंग हुई थी जो मेरा केस था, राइट, आई विल फाइंड रीजंस, उसके अंदर मैं फॉल्ट निकालने लग जाऊंगी. अगर उसके इंटेंशन अच्छे भी किसी लड़की से बात करने के टाइम पे, आई विल फाइंड अ रीजन दैट आई थिंक आई एम अनकंफर्टेबल. जब तू लड़कियों से बात करते है तो मैं कंट्रोल करने लग जाऊंगी, मैं इनसिक्योर हो जाऊंगी, इसकी वजह से वो पुट ऑफ हो जाएगा, इसकी वजह से तो यू विल ड्रिफ्ट अपार्ट, राइट? तो छोटी सी चीज से, क्योंकि तुमने पास्ट का अपना कुछ हील नहीं करा हुआ या रियलाइज नहीं करा कि यार एक पैटर्न है जो चलता आ रहा है, मैं इनसिक्योर लड़की हूँ, मैं इनसिक्योर ही घुस रही हूँ एक रिलेशनशिप में, मैं उसको वैसा ही फील करा रही हूँ, अगेन द पैटर्न इज रिपीटिंग, राइट? सो यू एक्चुअली सेल्फ सैबोटेज. तुमने वो पुराना जो तुम्हारा बिहेवियर था उस बंदे के साथ इस नए बंदे के साथ सेम वही पोर्ट्रे करा, एंड देन अगेन उसका आउटकम सेम, ब्रेकअप.
करेक्ट.
यस.
ओके, अब इससे ही टेंजेंशियल क्वेश्चन निकलता है, कॉमन टू बोथ ऑफ यू, कि एक तो गर्ल्स का होता है ट्रस्ट इश्यूज और कमिटमेंट इश्यूज, इन्हीं चीजों की वजह से जो आता है, एंड सेकंड बॉयज का होता है क्योंकि वो बहुत दिल तुड़वा चुके होते हैं, सो दे आर लाइक कि अब कुछ होना भी है या नहीं. सो इन चैलेंजेस को आपने सेपरेटली कैसे डील किया?
You start first.
So my personal journey, so as I told you, is right, I was also exactly what you said. Once you start getting rejected, you start seeing a very blurry picture in future कि भाई मेरे साथ कभी कुछ होगा भी कि नहीं, I will ever get married or something. Even if mentally you know कि यार हर गधे की शादी होनी है, बट स्टिल यू आर नॉट रियली एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि अच्छा मेरे को वैसी वाली लड़की मिलेगी कि नहीं जो मैं इमेजिन करता आ रहा हूँ. आई डोंट वांट टू सेटल विद अ मीडियोकर गर्ल, और आई डोंट वांट टू सेटल विद समवन जिनके साथ मजा नहीं आता मेरे को बात करके भी, हु इज नॉट अ फन पर्सन, और आई एम नॉट इवन फिजिकली और even emotionally attracted to that person. And me personally, my way to cope up with this thing was a lot of knowledge and awareness. Once I started getting a lot of knowledge, I started first internalizing everything that, okay, fine, there are some gaps in my own personality. So even like her, I have also manifested her honestly, because in 2018, I made a list. I call it a vision list. Vision list is what type of girl I want. It's a 3 to 4 pager list. Emotionally, what I want, physically, what I want, spiritually, what I want, what should be her qualities when she's dealing with my family. She should be very confident, she should have a good dressing sense, blah 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 blah, everything which I really want without caring how it happened. And I also created a list of red flags. These are things I really don't want. I don't want a smoker, I don't want a liar, I don't want a cheater. Forget about me, I don't want a cheater ever. Like I don't even want कि अगर मेरे को पता चल जाए कि इसने पास में भी किसी के ऊपर एक छोटे लेवल पे चीट किया है, वो मेंटालिटी है उसकी, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए. So I really was very clear, but big list of the things I want. And 2022, when I was on the second date with her, she just opened my PDF and she said like, why are you writing notes about me? And I made her see it's 2018. It's a vision list. She's like 99% of what I wrote down at that time. So, but that awareness really came to me when I started internalizing everything, because it's easy to write down a list. Oh, I want this, I want that. But people sometimes, even in their manifestation process, at least I can only vouch for manifesting your partner, they don't ask this very crucial question, and that is, what do I have to become to deserve her or him?
That was my next question.
So basically what happens is that I might manifest that he might have good, six-pack abs, or he might be a good father, she might be a good mother, she might be a hot body, whatever he's manifested. But in reality, he's eating pizza every day. So it does not really match with what he's manifesting. And that is the reason that person loses hope, because he thinks it's all hoo ha ha. He doesn't really want to do anything. Like in manifestation also, it's like action at the end, right? So I really started drilling down what are the problems in me. I have problems with that I get very attached with people. So I'm a very emotional person. So I got this right. I started getting a little detached. I started really understanding, and it took me a lot of time on my own, because honestly, I did not in this field had any mentor who could guide me. I wish I did. The thing I am for other people, I wish I was, many years ago, because I did not. And it was, I used to cry, I used to, scream, I used to be very frustrated. Even I was depressed and suicidal at the age of, 18 only, because I was not really able to understand how to do all this. And the CA part was not a big challenge for me. I was always fairly intelligent. My father was a CA, तो मेरे को पता था ये ऐसे करना है. ये कैसे करना है मेरे को नहीं पता. And then I started writing down things, and a lot of awareness and knowledge gave me a lot of power that, okay, now I understand women. Now I understand this dating lingo, attraction, relationship. I started researching about relationship and marriage, even when I was single, because I was so curious about it. And it really gave me a lot of confidence that I don't have any competition, which I'm getting scared of other guys taking away my girl. And I don't have any competition, because I have so much of knowledge with other guys not having. Who is busy making his six-pack abs? I'm making mine six-pack abs, and I will make that six-pack later on. But this is more important now. So knowledge and awareness was my way to deal with all this, negativity inside me against the relationship.
Interesting. That's a good way to go about it. Anything you would like to add, Shruti? Like, this was my key question actually. Ki how do you become the right partner for your dream partner? That is more important. Otherwise,
Yeah,
mil bhi gaya to
exactly.
you will self-sabotage again.
Yeah, so that is the point of loving yourself, becoming your best version, because this is what I genuinely believe कि जो भी तुम्हें अपने partner से चाहिए या partner में चाहिए, be that. be that. Like if you want love from partner, पहले अपने आप को love करो. अगर तुम्हें उस partner में बहुत अच्छी उसकी body चाहिए, खुद के पहले अच्छी body बनाओ, right? So whatever you are wanting from that partner, why would you deserve? Deep core level पे तुम्हें deserving feeling होगी ही नहीं जब तक तुम वो हो ही नहीं. जैसे इसने अभी बोला, right? कि तुम्हें एक hot body चाहिए लड़की की और तुम पिज्जा ठूस रहे हो, तुम weight gain कर रहे हो. Deep down तुम्हें लगेगा कि यार मैं तो खुद मोटा हो रहा हूँ, मुझे कोई hot लड़की देखेगी भी क्यों? Right? So it's like logic. तुम्हारे दिमाग को लॉजिक समझ आता है कि तुम चाह रहे हो ऋतिक रोशन और तुम जॉनी लीवर की तरह बैठे हुए हो. लाइक सॉरी टू एक्चुअली कमेंट पे, बट आई होप द पॉइंट इज क्लियर कि you gotta be that person who you are trying to attract. So whether it's the qualities, whether it's the emotional like sense, whether it's spiritual या फिर तुम्हें mindset, everything that you want in that person, be that person for your own self and you will attract. Like हमारे केस में तो literally वैसा ही हुआ है. I'm a coach, he's a coach. Like I believe in building my mindset, he believes in that. Like literally हमारा इतनी सारी चीजें सेम है. ट्रैवल मेरे को इतना पसंद है, इसको भी पसंद है, राइट? तो मैं चाहती थी कि कोई ऐसा बंदा मेरे को मिले जो कि मेरे साथ ओपन हो टू ट्रैवल. सो वी आर लिटरली ट्रैवलिंग एवरी मंथ पिछले जब से हमारी शादी है.
One thing I would like to clarify, this is not about attraction or only attraction, physical level, hot body or something like that. It's everybody's point of views. It's just that whatever you wrote down on their vision list, you
whatever
should be that.
Important for you. Yeah.
Right. And don't settle for less. Always raise your standards, because many people who are not able to manifest something or a particular type of relationship, they always downplay them. Oh, I can't get this and I don't want to do a lot of hard work from my side to do that. So let me decrease my vision list. Let me cut down my vision list to half.
Undervaluing
this is the recipe of a miserable life, because they exactly in their heart know that this is exactly what I want, but I'm not able to get it. I'm not saying you will get 100%, but even if you are 70 to 80% of what exactly you wrote down, you're good to go.
आपको तो 99% मिला है.
Yeah, it was quite shocking to see that.
आप दोनों में से who initiated this conversation, like let's date or let's get married?
नहीं, dating से I'll tell you, initiate conversation मेरा था. Like first message किसी ने so he used to check me out, by the way, in ILH or Telegram page.
I used to think like जो owner था ILH, the coach Siddharth. So I used to think that she works with him. So
that was very active in the
पंगे नहीं लेते. He'll kick me out of the community or something. But I used to notice her, like, oh, she's like a cute girl in ILH, but I never texted her or anything like that. तो
लेकिन मैंने like I mentioned, right, कि I was manifesting my ex, तो मैं कभी लड़कों को ऐसे देखती नहीं थी उस एंगल से, या मेरे को इंटरेस्ट नहीं था किसी भी लड़के में. So जब मैंने इसको रीच आउट भी करा था, इट्स प्योरली बिजनेस, बट मैंने वैसे ही इसकी डीपी खोल के देखा, तो मैं इसको बाद में ऑनेस्टली कन्फेस करा था. फर्स्ट थॉट दैट केम टू माय माइंड वाज, अच्छा आईएलएच में क्यूट लड़के भी होते हैं. So that was कि मोस्टली लाइक इस एज के इतने है नहीं, एंड उसकी फोटोग्राफी कूल थी. बाद में कुछ और लग रहा था, अलग बात है, फोटो बहुत सही थी. अब तो इज लाइक ट्रांसफॉर्म. लाइक व्हेन ही मेट मी, इफ यू नोटिस, उसका ही लुक वेरी डिफरेंट नाउ. तो या, तो उस टाइम पे जब मैंने इसको रीच आउट करे, वाज प्योरली प्रोफेशनल. ही इनिशिएटेड ऑल ऑफ दोस थिंग्स. फ्लर्ट करने लग गया. पहली कॉन्वर्सेशन क्या थी, कॉल मी क्यूटनेस ऐसे करके बात करने लग गया. मेरे दिमाग में तो आया कि टिपिकल डेटिंग कोच, व्हाट डू आई एक्सपेक्ट, ऑब्वियसली फ्लर्ट. एंड प्लस आई इवन थॉट दैट ही गॉट अ गर्लफ्रेंड और समथिंग. तो मेरे को लगा टिपिकल प्ले बॉय टाइप होगा और फ्लर्ट करता है लड़की के साथ, और लड़की खुद की भी कोई. तो आई नेवर felt that way initially for him, but yes, we did feel an instant connection because हमने first time 3 घंटे बात करी थी, and eventually we both realized that it's a soulmate connection, and we felt like we've known each other for like many years and not just few days. So
मेरे दिमाग में बहुत सारे questions आ रहे हैं. One from Jaskaran, like how do you approach a woman offline or online, whatever you are doing? फिर हम आगे आते हैं क्योंकि वो actually it just connects from one question to
another question. जिस पे इसने कोर्स बना रखा है, तो ये he will go on and on. तो मैंने इसको पहले बोल दिया, keep it precise. हाँ.
So physical approach, उसके पहले online approach is a little easier one, because anyways उसके अंदर तुम चाहे शेक करते करते उसको मैसेज करो, उसको क्या पता. But ultimately in online approach, it's almost like there are many guys I see the mistake they do is whenever they try to talk to a girl, and if someone says that, oh, you should flirt with her in a healthy way, it creates sexual tension, they don't really understand that there is a difference between being cheesy and being flirty and romantic. And you will be shocked to know the difference. What do you think the difference is between cheesy and being romantic?
Whoa, ये तो tables turn हो गए. Okay, cheesy is like when you're intentionally trying to be something you're not. Romantic is when you're trying to make her feel special, trying to be creative with it, but you're authentic at the same time. This is
Yes.
my definition.
You have rightly answered, and I have a little different answer for that, but what you said is absolutely correct. The real difference between cheesy and being romantic is actually nothing.
What?
It's not the difference between the line he says, it's the timeline he says in. Exactly same thing you say that to your girlfriend. She'll be like, oh my God. You understand? And exactly same thing he says that to a girl with whom intentions are not really clear. So she might get creeped out, and this is why girls block you. So what happens is, if he's like, hey, what's up? Where are you? And she says, I am here. She asks you, where are you? तुम्हारे दिल में. अभी लड़की को चीजी लगेगा, लेकिन जैसे ही they start dating, wow, oh
Then
God.
it's like cute.
So I understand this thing. It's a timeline difference, and many people, the biggest problem is they don't understand the time. Flirting, the game is all about timing, being romantic, being a little outside of the friend zone is romantic, but it starts from friendliness. So never do that on the first messaging. Oh my God, you're just approaching from that angle only. Hey, I found your DP cute. I really wanted to talk to. This will never work. There are very, very rare chances where even he is also very good looking and she was checking him out, and basically it was an instant thing, but mostly it's not. So always have a conversation where किसी बहाने से you ask her number and talk to her on call. मेरा बहाना इसके साथ था, I am new in this community, मेरे को कुछ नहीं पता क्या है. Can you please explain me on call?
जबकि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, नया ये होगा, बट इसको कुछ जानना नहीं था
मेरे को जानना ही नहीं था कुछ.
हाँ.
तो in just 2 minutes I got her number and अगले दिन के लिए कॉल बुक कर ली मैंने.
And I want to do like a proper meeting, but उसने वहां पे मिस्ट्री वाला एंगल रखा है. इज लाइक कि मेरे यहाँ पे कुछ कंस्ट्रक्शन चल रही है, हम जूम कॉल नहीं कर सकते, लेट गेट ऑन अ कॉल. सो मेरे अंदर मिस्ट्री क्रिएट होगी कि यार ये दिखने में कैसा है, वीडियो कॉल पे कैसा लगेगा, क्योंकि इसकी तो आवाज सुनाई देती है, इसकी आवाज में भी इसने कुछ टेक्निक लगा रखी थी.
अरे ये तो मैं जानना चाहूंगी, आवाज में क्या टेक्निक लग रही है?
Yeah, like,
So many girls have complimented me before that your voice is good, this, that, and एकदम masculine आवाज होती है. Like for example, if I am coaching someone, I'm like, oh, and basically wherever you're shouting more and more, you start you're habituated to talk like that only. Like for example, now I am talking. This is not how I talk with girls. This is not how I used to talk with her. This is how I used to talk with her. And this is, I created these two voices.
Interesting.
And when I talk like this to a girl, automatically what happens is mostly girls are talking to you by putting their earphones. So basically your voice, masculine voice, is getting inside her primal brain. And even if there is no attraction because of your physical attraction or whatever, because the face is not there, but just your voice, just the imagination. As I said, women are more emotional, so they start imagining stuff. 50 Shades of Grey is not the book men read. Right? It's what women.
First, boys, please take notes. And second, I second that. That is true because girls have a thing for voices. That happens.
And he knew that. और उसने use करा.
So if a guy is just directly talking on a video call and if he's very, very confident about his looks and all, go ahead. But mostly I would still recommend to just talk on call and let her imagine stuff. And then 2-3 hours I kept on talking, and in a little bit, maybe just for 5 minutes or just in bits and pieces, I might have, complimented her looks. She showed me her landing page. I said, cute DP. That's it. Not too much, not too aggressive. This is where
in 3 hours ने एक बार बोला मुझे, बस that's it.
You're cute. At least get inside her head that I find you cute, but I'm not approaching you. I don't know. And
don't overdo
this is something which guys miss out because on Instagram only they keep on talking to the girl, and after 5 days he's like, hey, can we go on a date? But they don't really realize कि भाई तेरे पास तो उसका नंबर ही नहीं है. तूने आज तक उससे फोन पे बात ही नहीं की, या फोन पे बात कर भी ली, either they do it so fast or they stretch it so much कि वो ऑलरेडी फ्रेंड जोन हो चुका है, एक बार लड़की ने एक बार जोन बना लिया अपने दिमाग में तुम्हारा कि तुम फ्रेंड हो, उसको तोड़ना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है।
Very difficult. Like I have friend zoned 2 people in my life, 2 लड़के मेरे बेस्ट फ्रेंड जो थे, उनके साइड से बहुत ही लंबे टाइम तक they were in love with me and they could never break through that because 10 years एक बंदे के साथ 10 years मैंने friend zone किया था and he was in love with me. So yeah.
So
Relatable.
I already knew this thing, so after I asked her out, I didn't ask her out. I said I don't, something happened. I even forgot. Like she said, you're attracted to me. I said no, you're attracted to me.
हाँ मैं लिटरली इसको जो बोलती थी, मेरे को पलटती थी, वही चिपका देते थे लाइन, या फिर मेरे को क्वेश्चन पे क्वेश्चन। इवन फर्स्ट टाइम व्हेन वी हैड टू से आई लव यू टू ईच अदर, मैंने लिटरली इसको खुद पूछा, डू यू लव मी? इज लाइक डू यू लव मी? मैं बहुत उस टाइम पीरियड मैंने कहा तेरे को क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं तो तू आंसर क्या कर, एंड दैट्स हाउ इट हैपेंड। सो ही नेवर लाइक गिव इट अवे एकदम से, जैसे वो व्हाट ही सेइंग राइट कि he made sure कि creep
There is
up नहीं
mystery.
करना, हाँ, and mystery
Exactly.
create करके रखता है।
If she used to ask me, do you love me? I'm not sure about that, but I am really attracted to you.
So it's like
Just saying this small thing, you're like, oh, he's attracted. What do you mean by that? Why don't you love me? And she gets impatient now.
Yeah.
And basically now she is chasing you, whether actually in reality you're chasing her, but in her mind, she doesn't know what's going on.
This is some next
So in
level.
the starting, she said, let's just be business connection. I just wanted to have a conversation with you because you're in this community. Let's just be friends. And I'm like, no. I don't need more friends. I have a lot of friends. I am only attracted to you and I want to flirt with you and I want to
हाँ,
date.
इसका नहीं डेट वाला भी नहीं, तो स्टार्टिंग में इज लाइक आई एम अट्रैक्टेड,
I said, I want to be able to flirt with you. Is it okay?
बस इसका गोल ही पता है, मुझे तेरे से फ्लर्ट करना है। बंदी सोच रही है कि इसके बाद करना क्या है इसको आगे, व्हाट इज द इंटेंशन, व्हाट इज द वांट, ऐसे कैसे सिर्फ इसको फ्लर्ट ही करना है और कुछ नहीं करना। तो मैं बहुत क्यूरियस होती थी लाइक, और वो उसको पता था कि मैं होती हूँ, तो वो और यूज करता था उस चीज को। तो फ्लर्ट, फिर उसने बोला आई जस्ट वांट टू डेट यू, देन ही वेंट टू आई वांट यू, ऐसे करके उसने प्रोग्रेस करा है हमारे रिलेशनशिप में, एंड दिस हैपेंड विद इन 5 months एंड वी वर मैरिड। सो इमेजिन कितना फास्ट हो रहा था ये सब कुछ।
And one thing I did, which I would suggest guys is, never chase a girl. In that dating period, you can ask her, there was never a time I actually texted her from my side.
Yeah, I think only once कुछ हुआ था, कुछ हमारी
It was always her approaching me. I always used to keep her in an open loop. Okay, this is the end, go away. And I never used to be in her stories, viewers. I never used to like her Instagram reel.
Follow me.
Even if I used to, look at her reel, I used to ignore. I always used to, never comment. So I was always underground. Wherever she goes away, like I don't want to date you or something like that. And there is a backlash. I never used to follow up. Hey, are you there? Hey, can you rethink?
Nothing. Like मैंने इसको बीच में हमारा बहुत बैक एंड फोर्थ हुआ है बिकॉज ऑफ माय पास्ट थिंग। तो बहुत रेजिस्टेंस थी व्हेन ही केम इनटू माय लाइफ, एंड मेरे को यकीन नहीं हो रहा था कि मैं 2.5 साल से किसी को मैनिफेस्ट कर रही हूँ और ये बंदा वो डेट लेकर आ गया जो मैंने पता नहीं 6 महीने पहले रैंडमली मेरे दिमाग में आई है। तो इट वाज लाइक टू मच फॉर मी टू हैंडल, इट वाज क्वाइट ओवरवेलमिंग। तो हमारे बीच में इस वजह से बहुत बैक एंड फोर्थ होता था, बट मैं ही हमेशा इसको जाके मैसेज कर रही होती थी, क्योंकि ये मैं इसको बोलती थी कि ठीक है, आई डोंट थिंक दिस इज मेकिंग एनी सेंस, लेट्स नॉट टॉक। इज लाइक ठीक है, तुझे नहीं करनी, नहीं, जब तू नॉर्मल हो जाएगी तब बात करेंगे। और फिर वो गायब, ही इज नॉट टेक्सटिंग मी, ही इज नॉट सेंडिंग मी एनी। ये लेकिन एक क्लेवर चीज करता था, ये आईलेट्स ग्रुप पे जाके कोई ना कोई मैसेज डाल देगा जहाँ पे आई विल नोटिस हिम, and then what he did once, that was like very very funny, and
So I don't know either you are aware about it, but at that time the group was open. अभी close है ना वो, तो वो group open था उस time पे Telegram पे।
So इसने अपनी कोई सक्सेस स्टोरी डाली, तो हमारी 2-3 दिन से बात नहीं हो रही थी, तो इसने जानबूझ के, जहाँ पे हम सब लोग थे, मैं भी उस ग्रुप में, वहां पे इसने अपनी सक्सेस स्टोरी डाली, एंड फिर मैंने नोटिस करा ऑब्वियसली कि इसने डाली हुई है, तो मैंने सबके सामने, इसको मेरे को अच्छा लगा कि हमारी ऐसे बात नहीं हो रही है, एटलीस्ट इसके थ्रू हो जाएगी थोड़ी सी, तो मैंने इसको सबके सामने कंग्रेचुलेट एंड ऑल करा। बहुत लोगों ने करा, इसने सबको छोड़ के सिर्फ मेरे को रिप्लाई करा, एंड देन ही कॉल्ड मी इन फ्रंट ऑफ एवरीवन श्रुत, लाइक जैसे अपना पेट नेम टाइप, जैसे हमारा तो बहुत अच्छा रिश्ता है, और श्रुत ऐसे सबके सामने इसने लिख दिया, एंड आई वाज लाइक ही इज मार्किंग हिज टेरिटरी। तो मेरे को और क्यूट लगा, बट हमारी बात नहीं हो रही थी उस टाइम पे। तो ये ऐसी माइंड गेम्स खेलता था, मतलब इसने लिटरली ऑल द डेटिंग नॉलेज दैट ही हैड पुट इन दिस connection, and
So
that's
dating
how,
is a game of mind.
yeah,
That is
बहुत, like when
established.
you know stuff, yeah.
People think that this is a very bad thing. It
Or
is
it is-
bad
it
if
is
it is
manipulative.
used badly.
Yeah.
So I never used to manipulate her mind or something like that. I always see from my angle, I was not actually playing any game. A little bit maybe, but I was not trying to get her back. I was just here with my intentions clear. If you want to talk, talk. Otherwise, I'm not going to chase you. So that was my basic nature. And when she's talking to me, for example, if I ask her, did you miss me? How much did you miss me? She would say 5%. And she'll ask me, how much did you miss me? I would say 4.9. So this is a game.
This is my game.
So this is a game, like almost, but less than me. And the girl starts thinking that I am chasing him or he's chasing me. You don't understand. And her respect is always up for you because you're never chasing her.
Wow, I'm blown away. Amazing. So इसकी एक कॉमन चीज आती है कि हाउ आर यू गाइज लाइक सो श्योर क्योंकि अभी इतने ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल हैं एंड देयर आर सो मेनी डेटिंग एप्स constantly people are around you, are getting the attention both ways, boys and girls. So how do you even get sure कि this is the person for you? Like you seem like 5 months and you're getting married. तो वो level of clarity and surety आया कैसे?
So यहाँ पे हमारी स्टोरी थोड़ी यूनिक है, I would say, considering बहुत इसमें फैक्टर्स थे. एक तो वो 13 जुलाई वाला जो मैंने इसकी डेट ऑफ बर्थ प्रिडिक्ट करी, so that played a very major role in convincing my family. Imagine I was 29, I had to convince my family कि मेरे को शादी करने दो. मेरे पापा नहीं मान रहे थे, कह रहे रुक जा. तो I had to convince him saying कि मैंने बोला था ना 13 जुलाई इसकी डेट ऑफ बर्थ है, तो वो एक एंगल था जहाँ पे फैमिली सॉर्ट ऑफ कन्विंस. मेरे लिए I felt that connection with him. तो लाइक यूर थिंग राइट कि बहुत ऑप्शंस होते हैं, होता है. मैं एक तो बहुत ऐसी हुई नहीं, लाइक आई नेवर इन माय लाइफ इंस्टॉल्ड अ डेटिंग ऐप, बट आई वाज ऑलवेज इन अ रिलेशनशिप ऑल थ्रू आउट माय लाइफ. कोई ना कोई मैं किसी साथ थी, लॉन्ग रिलेशनशिप, सीरियस रिलेशनशिप. बट हाँ, मैं कभी वो डेटिंग गेम मैंने खेली नहीं, इसने वो गेम खेली और ये बताएगा इसने किस लेवल पे खेली हुई है. फॉर मी इट वाज ऑलवेज लाइक रॉ ऑथेंटिक, लाइक मी को मतलब आई वुड प्रिफर कि जिसके साथ मैं इमीडिएटली कनेक्ट कर पा रही हूँ, स्पेशली व्हेन आई बिकेम स्पिरिचुअल. For me, it was about soul connection, and with him, I genuinely felt a soulmate connection. कि I have known him before, and ऐसा नहीं लग रहा. मैं 3 घंटे बात करी, मुझे लगा ही नहीं कि मैंने पहली बार इससे बात करी है. So that immediate connection, that immediate bond, spark, magic, all of that I felt, and the passion was there, and there was like this very strong intention of being together. That was like that played a major role कि हम दोनों ने 5 महीने में कैसे शादी कर ली, because we couldn't stay away from each other. So he's from Bhatinda, I am from Delhi. He moved from Bhatinda to Delhi to be with me so that हम long distance ना करें. And 2 महीने आया और 2 महीने बाद फिर शादी की बातें होने लगा ही, तो भाई लिव इन कर रहे हैं इनकी शादी कराओ. तो ऐसे हुआ था कि हमें ऐसे लगता था कि यार हमें नहीं रहना दूर एक दूसरे से, just want to be together. And वो जब एक वो एक अंदर से एक आ रहा होता है that I belong to this person. Why wait? Like you want to belong to this person physically, emotionally, in every way. You want to be with this person, and this person feels like home to you. So that is the moment when you'll realize that I'm meant to be with him. Or then time doesn't matter. चाहे वो 4 दिन में डिसाइड करो, 4 महीने में करो, 4 साल में करो, वो फीलिंग जैसी आ गई, तुमका ना मन ही नहीं करेगा कि यार फोन पे बैठ के टाइम पास करो. Just get married and move on in life, and that's what we did. We realized कि जो चीज हमें शादी से पहले करनी है, एक दूसरे को और जानना है, and all of those things जो मेरे पेरेंट्स बहुत ज्यादा बोल रहे थे, मेरी सिस्टर बहुत अगेंस्ट थी कि भाई पहले जानते लो एक दूसरे को, 5 महीने भी नहीं हुए तुमको एंड ऑल दैट. लाइक वो सब हम शादी के बाद भी कर सकते हैं, जो हमें पता है that like this is gonna happen, then why can't we do it right now and create a better life for ourselves. So literally शादी के बाद ही few months later we bought our car. फिर उसके कुछ महीने बाद ही बॉर्डर हाउस. तो ये सारी चीजें डिले हो जाती है अगर हमने इस डिसीजन को डिले किया होता ऑफ मैरिंग ईच अदर. सो वी टुक अ स्मार्ट डिसीजन एंड इट वाज अ कॉन्स्पिरेसी आल्सो कि हमने ये जानबूझ के ऐसा सेटअप करा था जहाँ पे ये दिल्ली आए और मेरी फैमिली कन्विंस हुए कि हम लोग बहुत ज्यादा मिल रहे हैं. तो मेरी फैमिली उससे थोड़ा ऑब्जेक्ट कर रही थी कि पूरे टाइम उसके पास रहती है. तो मैंने बोला आपने तो बोला
सब जगह ट्रिक्स अप्लाई की.
हमने पूरी बहुत ट्रिक्स करी. तो मैंने लिटरली बोला आपने तो बोला था कि इसको जानो पहचानो और अच्छा रिलेशनशिप बिल्ड करो, वही कर रही हूँ, अब वो कर रही हूँ, उसमें प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. तो इट वाज लाइक उनके ऊपर ही बैकफायर कर गया था ये चीज के टेक योर टाइम. तो हमने कहा ठीक है, फिर उसको बुलाओ इधर. देन वी यूज्ड टू स्पेंड ऑल लाइक डे टुगेदर, ऑल नाइट टुगेदर, हम साथ में चिल कर रहे हैं. एंड इट जस्ट फेल्ट लाइक इट्स द टाइम टू गेट मैरिड. So yes, that is my story.
So few warnings and caveats. First of all, don't follow us. The reason is हमारी unique story है. I don't recommend people meeting and marrying so fast. Take your time. See, I was a little unique in this case. I'm a dating coach. He's also a coach. तो हमारा थोड़ा किस्सा अलग है. Plus, we were at the right age as well. मैं already जैसे what you're saying, right? Options. I already gone through all the options. तो मैं समझ गया था कि अच्छा ये है, कुछ नहीं रखा.
How many
Tinder,
options,
Winder,
if I can ask?
right?
How many options, if I may ask?
When he came to meet me also,
Just
he had
few
two
not.
options with him. और ये मुझे बाद में पता चला. He told me कि अगर तेरे साथ मीटिंग नहीं होती तो मैं बस 3 और लिस्ट में लड़कियां थी जिनसे मुझे मिलना था.
मैं डेट फिक्स में गया था 3-4 लड़कियों के साथ जब मैं दिल्ली आया था.
Imagine. And first time we spoke, he told me something जो मेरे मतलब दिमाग ऐसे हो गया था कि भाई ये क्या बंदा है. He said that he used to talk to so many girls that he used to get confused. किसके साथ मैंने क्या बात करी है, किसकी मम्मी की डेथ हुई है, किसका ये हुआ है, किसको फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम है. तो मैं कंफ्यूज हो जाता था. तो मैंने एक एक्सेल शीट बना ली थी जिसमें मैंने नाम के हिसाब से सबकी स्टोरी लिखी हुई थी. लाइक दैट इज क्रेजी. और
It is
मैं
crazy.
बिल्कुल भी मतलब रिलेट नहीं कर पाई क्योंकि मैंने कभी लाइफ में ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस ही नहीं करा. बंदा जो इतना ऑब्सेस्ड है लड़कियों से और इतनी लड़कियों से बातें कर रहे हो और ऐसे डेटिंग को लेके इतना पैशन है. सो इट वाज लाइक
But
वेरी
उनके लिए
वेरी
तो it was a
At that
case
age, I
study.
was very stupid. मेरे को कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा था मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, but मैं कुछ ना कुछ करता रहता था.
हाँ. तो इसका डेटिंग गेम अलग रहा है और मेरा बहुत अलग रहा है. बट
So first caveat is मतलब ऐसे blankly हमें मत follow करो. Take your time. I say minimum 6 months of dating.
Yeah.
And ideally 1 year. तुम्हारे पूरी लाइफ में वैसे भी तुमने साथ ही रहना है तो इतना आग क्या लगी है. दूसरी चीज I would say that never immediately take this decision to be with someone whom you are meeting for the first time. In the sense, this is your first girlfriend or boyfriend. At least take more than 1 year to get to know them first and then take that decision. Until or unless you are at this age that arranged marriage ही है, कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता तुम्हें, वो तो अलग बात है. But when you're going through the route of love marriage and this is the first girl or first guy you've ever met and you're like, oh my God, settle ho jayega, because you're idolizing a lot of things maybe, and that is the reason you don't know. And later on you might realize, oh, there were other things, other options, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying the first, these couples, they will not sustain their marriage or relationship. They can, but if they are able to sustain a good relationship for 1 or 2 years, they can sustain a marriage as well if they want to. And the third is, I personally don't believe that there is one person who is for you, who is perfect for you. There is nothing. I don't believe in all that. I believe whom you marry, make them your one person. Simple. And mostly it is the first choice is the choice of the partner you marry, but the major choice is the choice of what type of person you bring on the table, what type of person you become in the relationship or marriage. So we are also altered states. So we might be bringing a very pissed off and bored type of person in the relationship, but in the business, we are bringing a different side of our personality. What type of personality are you bringing on the table which can actually create that spark in the relationship? And if you don't care about the relationship, probably that is the biggest problem why your relationship or the marriage is not working. So work on that element more on you than just replacing partners. So वहां पे मैं हमेशा एक केवियट दे देता हूँ, भाई हमारा केस थोड़ा अलग है, बट यू टेक केयर ऑफ इट थोड़ा सा टाइम लेके.
Yeah, disclaimer is given. अपना time लो, experiment करो proper से. And this is a thing, like अभी ऐसा हो रहा है कि like शादी के 6 साल 10 साल बाद people are getting divorced. So how do you, like what would you suggest for the elongated period of relationships or marriages कि 8 साल बाद 10 साल बाद भी, how can you like sustain it in a healthy way?
I would actually put it this way, जो इसी से मिलके मैंने सीखा है, जो मेरे को बहुत हिट कराता है, and it makes so much sense. Dating never stops.
Okay.
Even after marriage, we still date. Like मैं फिर अभी भी इसको बोल रही थी कि तो ऐसे behave करना जैसे मेरा बॉयफ्रेंड ही है. Like we just want to be in that zone all the time, and it is not like honeymoon period में ही ऐसे behave करना होता है या हम फिक्स कर दे यार शादी के 10 साल तक तो हमें ऐसे ही behave करना है कि जब हम न्यूली वेड हैं. क्यों भाई, शादी के 50 साल बाद तक क्यों नहीं फील कर सकते? सो तुम ही अपने दिमाग में आइडिया क्रिएट कर रहे हो कि ऐसी होनी चाहिए हमारी शादी, और उसी के बेस पे तुम उसको फुलफिल कर रहे हो जो तुमने आइडिया क्रिएट करा है, उसी को तुम लिव कर रहे हो. तो दिस इज समथिंग आई लर्न फ्रॉम हिम व्हिच मेक्स सो मच सेंस. एंड ये अगर हम रियलाइज करें, बिकॉज़ सो मेनी थिंग्स जो पीपल नीड टू टेक केयर ऑफ व्हेन दे नीड टू हैव अ सक्सेसफुल मैरिज और रिलेशनशिप, बट दिस वन थिंग कैन बी अ गेम चेंजर. इफ यू जस्ट फील दैट आई एम डेटिंग दिस पर्सन एंड द डेटिंग गोज ऑन, जैसे स्टार्टिंग का फेज था वो तुम्हारा 10 साल बाद भी होना चाहिए, 20 साल बाद भी होना चाहिए, 50 साल बाद भी होना चाहिए. अगर वो गोल और इंटेंशन है, somehow things will fall into place. अगर problems भी आ रही है, you will make sure कि यार ये मेरे दिमाग में idea था, intention था starting of the relationship में. If this is not happening, I need to make it happen. If we feel हम distant हो रहे हैं कभी relationship में, हमारी marriage में, तो I want to bring back this idea that I'm supposed to date him. I need to feel that spark all the time. What can I do to reignite that? What can I do? What can I learn? Whom can I hire as a mentor, right? So this is how it goes. And Baki, he will tell.
So I think that there are two major reasons, major or maybe they are the only reasons why actually breakups or marriages fall apart after so many years. One is boredom, second is pain. Boredom is the major reason out of the pain. Sometimes couple, they don't fall apart because they are feeling some pain or suffering or something like that. It's the boredom. Sometimes people will carry on a painful relationship, but they can't carry on a bored relationship. The reason is because we are not meant to be bored, but we can still sustain the pain because it has energy in it. Pain has energy. Anger is better than depression because depression is boredom. You're depressed, game over. But when you are angry, you're
You still take some
frustrated, you still take some action, even if that action is right or wrong, doesn't matter, but you will still have that energy in the body. So that is the reason why some few abusive relationships keep on elongated, because they have that hope of, oh, it will become soon, good soon, and something, they have this mystery and some intensity is going on in the relationship. But when it's boredom, which is 90% of the cases, it's game over. Until or unless they both really work on their relationship. There are many ways how you can make a relationship work when it is getting bored. I always say there is one way called STD. It's not sexually transmitted disease. It's called space, time, and distance. So whenever you give that person a little bit of space, time, and distance, the other person really realizes your value, that which they started taking for granted. So there's a law called law of familiarity. When you're spending a lot of time around a person, you can't, help but take them for granted. You can see our parents, we take them for granted. You always take your spouse for granted because they're always there. So the spouse also needs to understand that the other person does not take me for granted, or you know, conduct yourself in a way that they don't take you for granted by just giving them space. मतलब मैं इसको अभी भी बोलता हूँ, चल जा मायके जाएगी जब तू 6 महीने बाद, तो अपने आप ही मैं मिस करने लग जाऊंगा, and it reignites the spark again. So this is one way. Sometimes STD also deteriorates the relationship even more, and that happens when there is a case of infidelity. When you're already started looking for other options, you have already moved on in your head. So the space, time, and distance is actually going to create even more space, time, and distance. But honestly, when you're already in the cheating phase,
तो anyways तो
it's already gone.
वो breakup होगा ही, मतलब अगर तुम relationship में हो भी, so even then you would want to like hunt for other people in your mind, and तुम उसी में खुश हो रहे हो. It's like you are living with a flatmate who's your wife or your husband, but you have feelings towards all the other people जिनसे तुम attract हो रहे हो romantically, right? तो वो marriage है ही नहीं फिर. तो ये तो
it's already broken.
Yeah.
So communication would really help to really understand exactly what are you expecting from me, which I'm not really able to fulfill. I always say when the dragon is small, kill it that time only. Don't wait for it to be a fucking Godzilla and take over the whole city. Kill it when it's a dragon. Just whenever you see a little tension, notice why is he, even for girls, why is he in tension? Why is she in tension? Why are they overreacting? And they really need to take responsibility of their own bullshit. They have this bullshit which is going on from their past. My mommy issues, daddy issues, my insecurity doesn't have to do anything with she wearing small clothes. It's my insecurity that I think she'll leave me if she'll start wearing small clothes. The reason is because guys will start hitting on her and she will start passing numbers. So this is how we start imagining. And I want to make her, wear all these clothes. But on the other hand, I wrote on my vision list that she should be hot. What does this mean? This means these mixed neuro connections. I want something, but I have a different belief system which is kind of opposite to that. And that is the challenge, many men and women both face. That's why you really need to understand you have to have responsibility of your own motherly issues, fatherly issues, nonsense, past, experiences, and don't involve your partner in your own nonsense. Always tell them, this is my nonsense. This is how it triggered, but my trigger is also my responsibility. You can't trigger me unless I allow you to. So you're doing this, but it is actually triggering me. I'm sorry, I'm going to work on it, but it's nothing. But I really wanted to also share because maybe I might overreact in the future in some argument. Don't feel as if I hate you or I have some challenge for you. जब ये छोटा सा ड्रैगन होता है और ये छोटी सी डिस्कशन से खत्म हो जाता है ना, वो पैशन कभी डाई आउट उस पोजीशन तक ही नहीं पहुंचता. एंड माय सजेशन फॉर ऑल दोस पीपल जिनका पैशन डाई आउट हो चुका है, then I would always suggest go for a transformative experience, both of you. Like go for some seminar together. Go for Tony Robbins seminar, UPW. Go for something in which you're both learning and in a very different environment, learning something new, and it will make you, see things from a different perspective. It'll make you feel alive. And then when you come back together, you will have a very different type of mindset. Go for a very big spontaneous travel and meet random people, see different challenges, and when you come back you will see a lot of difference in your relationship. So there are many tools out there. Coaching is one of the tools. You can talk to one person or the couple and really understand what are the challenges, why are they having this ego problem, what is maybe sometimes your parents are intervening in your marriage and relationship so much that you're not really able to realize that. And this is only for those people mostly who are married. क्योंकि रिलेशनशिप तभी तो 6 साल का रिलेशनशिप 6 महीने की मैरिज नहीं टिका सकता आजकल, क्योंकि रिलेशनशिप फेक है. एंड लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस वो और भी फेक है, बिकॉज नोबडी इज इन्वॉल्व्ड. लोग ही इन्वॉल्व नहीं है जो रिलेशनशिप में है. वो इन्वॉल्व ही नहीं है फिजिकली, एक दूसरे के फोन पे टाइम पास कर रहे हैं.
इट्स लाइक चैटिंग विद अ फ्रेंड. मतलब कोई रोमांटिक रिलेशनशिप और एक फ्रेंडली रिलेशनशिप डिफरेंस नहीं होना.
एंड व्हेन यू आर एक्चुअली इन अ रिलेशनशिप फॉर 6 years, two things which actually creates big clash in a couple is not even involved in the relationship. One is family, second is money. In a relationship this is not involved, because अगर मैं इसके साथ as a boyfriend girlfriend relationship में हूँ, she does not have any saying on how much I am earning, how much I am spending, nothing until unless I have a living relationship with her. So यही तो एलिमेंट है जिसकी वजह से लड़ाइयाँ होती हैं. प्लस माय मदर इज नॉट इन्वॉल्व. तो भाई बहू को ऐसा रहना चाहिए, हर मदर इज सेइंग दामाद को ऐसा रहना, ऐसा होता ही नहीं, क्योंकि हम तो रिलेशनशिप में है और वो इन्वॉल्व ही नहीं है. बट जैसे ही शादी हो जाती है, ये एलिमेंट इतना ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है कि भाई जो 7 साल का रिलेशनशिप है उनकी 7 महीने की शादी नहीं टिकती. एंड यू माइट हैव सीन अ लॉट ऑफ इन्फ्लुएंसर्स टेकिंग डाइवोर्स बिकॉज़ दे आर नॉट एबल टू सस्टेन इट, क्योंकि उनको समझ ही नहीं आता कि ये एलिमेंट्स ही नहीं थे उनके रिलेशनशिप में. दे थॉट वो रिलेशनशिप मैरिज होता है. वेरी डिफरेंट गेम ऑल टुगेदर. So you have to really understand, kill the dragon when it's small, and when the dragon is big, you need to transform yourself first. Take responsibility of what nonsense is going on first. And the last piece of advice is give your relationship in that next 6 months the number one priority of your life. If you start behaving the way you used to behave in the starting of the relationship when you met, there won't be an end.
Wow, deep valuable insights. ये तो like I think I would have to rewatch this. मैं भी notes बनाऊंगी इसमें से. It was really that good. Okay, so I will not take more of your time. Can we quickly have a rapid fire so that जो छोटे मोटे questions बचे हैं, so we can have it. I am sure this will be interesting, and I hope that you will have fun with it. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So firstly, 3 ऐसे changes जो आप एक दूसरे में after marriage, how you have impacted each other.
3 changes.
So you have to tell about each other.
No, like your own experience.
शादी के बाद मेरे में क्या चेंज आया है? I have become more responsible. Of course, मैं घर की मालकिन हूँ तो and I love that. Second is I have realized the importance of having a good partner, like relationship. So इसने जैसे फील करवाया मुझे कि priority होना चाहिए. And yeah, relationship अच्छा है तो सब कुछ अच्छा है is what I feel. Right. Then third is third है third है taking care of someone selflessly. Like तुम अपने पार्टनर के लिए कुछ भी एक्सटेंट पे जाके उसके लिए you're there to serve him. So that change मेरे अंदर आया कि although मैं ऐसी थी but इस केस में रोमांटिक एंगल में कभी इतनी नहीं थी. So yes.
Okay.
So mine was, first one is what she said at the last. How to care about someone else selflessly, because I always used to feel that I'm a little selfish. I used to always think about me. But how can I start caring about someone without any expectations? And I'm still learning. I'm not a perfect, husband in that area. Second is, I realized the importance of, a good partner can really 10x your growth. It can also 10x your pain if you're not able to manage your own state, as I said. But it can really 10x your growth. I start seeing from very different angles, some very different perspectives, which I alone and with my own parents can't see because we are all similar mindset. She's a very different type of person. So living with a very different type of person also helps you grow as a man. So I definitely grew as a man. Third change is, I think I realized that I need to be all rounder. Because when we are alone, we think, oh, I am good at coaching, I am good at this. So this is when you are with a wife, it's a family, it's not just a wife. Tomorrow kids will come, whatever the whole family I'm creating, I need to be equipped with many things, not just looks, it's not just knowledge also, it's just money also. It's
Everything.
Emotions
it's
also.
emotions
Mindset
also. I need to really, I can't just be like,
Got it.
backlash or
Rapid
something.
fire.
I get
Habits
carried
you
away.
have
Sorry.
adapted from each other. Yeah,
क्या
we
कहते हैं?
habits you have adapted from each other.
Thank you. I like that question. So first thing is eating cucumber. Like I never liked it. इसके वजह से मैं खीरा खाती रहती हूँ because उसके explanations है उसके पीछे that body alkaline होती है. So that is one habit. Second is और क्या habit?
I should have kept a time.
हाँ, like I think यही है बस और I can't think of anything और कोई habit जो तेरे through. Like I think book reading मेरे अंदर थी.
Everything
Habit
like
थोड़ी है.
fitness, dancing,
वो सब मैं
maybe.
already पहले ही करती थी to be honest. तो मैं वही देख रही हूँ. Like I was already, I had a lot of good habits. So इसके आने से ये एक बहुत बड़ा major change आया है. And honestly I can't think of anything right now.
What
Let
about-
him talk. मेरे को आता है तो मैं बताऊंगी.
From her, one thing I got from her was being grateful. Gratefulness, something is a practice. She does that every morning, and I was not doing that. And I started practicing it. I started being very grateful consciously for just 5-10 minutes every day and really changed my mindset. Second thing I understood from her.
Okay, I have one. So I think इसको देख के मेरे अंदर so he's a very fast implementer when it comes to business. So वो चीज मैंने इसको क्योंकि इंस्टेंटली इसके दिमाग में कुछ आता है वो उसी टाइम इम्प्लीमेंट कर देगा. कोई आइडिया है, कोई पिच मारनी है, कुछ भी. सो इज वेरी क्विक एंड मैं थोड़ा परफेक्ट बनाने की कोशिश करती थी. नॉट वेरी मच बट लाइक अगर मैं पहले 3 दिन लेती थी तो अभी मैं इसको देखकर 3 घंटे में इम्प्लीमेंट कर दूंगी. सो ऐसा.
ये तो गजब इन्फ्लुएंस.
या
क्रिएटिविटी इज वन इन्फ्लुएंस क्योंकि मेरे जो पीपीटीज थी या कोर्सेज या फिर द वे आई कंडक्ट
वेरी
माय
ओल्ड
सेल्फ
स्कूल. या
इज वेरी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड मैन टू मैन कॉन्वर्सेशन. तो एक वुमनली एनर्जी आ गई है जहाँ पे आई ऑल्सो स्टार्ट creating stuff on Canva and all that, and this has become a habit of mine.
Okay. Weird things you do together. Faster.
weird things. Weird things हम क्या करते हैं? हम weird things क्या करते हैं?
We both are really kiddish.
हाँ.
So ha ha hoo hoo hee hee.
हम चिल्लाएंगे, डांस करेंगे. और
She like keeps screaming and
हाँ हम
But yes.
एक्चुअली चिल्ला रहे होते हैं पागलों की तरह for no reason. Like literally no reason. कोई बाहर वाला खड़े होकर देख रहा है कुछ हो गया है इनको. So yeah, that is one weird thing that we do. Then what else do we do? Weird thing. Weird तो नहीं, but I think it's a spontaneous thing. Travel, like हम spontaneous travel के लिए बहुत open होते हैं together. So
it's
Yeah.
every time our families get shocked.
ये तो अभी तो यहाँ से आए थे, अभी यहाँ जा रहे हैं.
निकल लिया. Okay.
So, yeah.
Pick up lines that you think works.
Pickup lines that you think, I think, okay, I don't think any pickup line क्योंकि पहली बात तो पिकअप लाइन है तो मेरे को पिकअप नहीं होना भाई. बट आई थिंक अगर तुम जेन्युइनली कॉम्प्लीमेंट करो लाइक हे यू हैव अ वेरी क्यूट स्माइल, मतलब दैट इज स्टिल ठीक है. बट हे यू हैव अ यू लुक वेरी हॉट.
ये सर बताएंगे कौन सी वर्क करती है. He must have tried.
नहीं तो I have a very funny answer for that. जब मैं एक्चुअल में पिकअप लाइंस इन सब चीजों के ऊपर मैं रिसर्च कर रहा था So always used to come up with, hey, nice aesthetics, nice dressing sense, blah, 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 blah. It was all very professional. And I said that whenever you talk to someone like one on one and when you make them your best friend, तुम ऐसे नहीं बात करते टिंडर पे, बम्बल पे and all that. मैं कैसे बात करते हो? अरे ओ, मैं लिटरली यही बोलना शुरू कर दिया. Like if someone's name is Ayushi, अरे ओ आयुषी तू यहाँ? तू क्या कर रही है?
एक इसका मैंने पढ़ा था चैट पे, इसलिए बोला अरे आलिया खाना खा लिया. He's starting a conversation with this. So yeah,
And
quirky.
it's a little different, and basically when she reads 10 guys, 10 messages, and she's like, "Arey oh," and she immediately says that, does he know me? Is he my relative? Does he know me? And then he's like, who are you? And then from there I said, I'm just joking. And from there, it's almost like a hook. So I think this
Sort of
hook
different.
pattern interrupt really works.
Okay, some hacks for a first date.
Hacks for
What do you mean by hacks?
Hacks as in like that can make your date even better or give it, that masala.
So I give a female perspective. First is that if you're wearing red dress, really helps because red लड़कों को naturally ज़्यादा
And
attract
black
करते हैं across all other colors.
For guys, black shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then another hack would be taking a sweet, like a gesture. अब तुम लड़का हो या लड़की हो, मैं इसमें बिलीव नहीं करती कि लड़कों को ही कुछ गिफ्ट लेकर आने
Yeah.
होते हैं. You can also take a small gift for the person, flower maybe or whatever. क्या? Like I am someone who would
I
like.
am thinking from a first date perspective. I'm not thinking कि वो already couple हैं. तो मैं first date पे I don't agree this thing कि भाई मैं gift दूंगा.
Okay, so I am someone who would not go on a date if I'm not a couple. So वहाँ पे
वो
हमारा
अलग angle दे रही है.
Alright, okay.
in my mind I'm already
Got
a
it.
couple and
Fair,
then and actually हमारा वही case था. We met after we started dating. So yeah. And उसके बाद third would be I think nice perfume. Because that is a given. Like sexual attraction हो या फिर impressed करना हो, first time मिल रहे हो, एक smell ऐसी चीज है जो बंदा याद रखेगा तुम्हारी, चाहे तुमने
और
कुछ भी बकवास
pheromones तो
करी हो
effect करेंगी.
date पे. हाँ, smell उसको it will stay in the person's mind. So having a nice fragrance like is important.
So my would be same thing like smell and overall look. You should really care about like whenever you're going to meet. Not too much, not too little, but you should be a little presentable. You should exactly know. And if you're not good at that, gain knowledge of that, or at least call that friend who always looks good. Gain that perspective. So physical appearance matters a lot. Because in one date, if the guy or the girl both, if they reject you later on, there won't be a second date to go to show your personality or something like that. So at a minimum level, it matters. Second is something, a concept of multiple date illusion. Never go on one place and stay there. Always keep moving. So whenever you're at one place,
That's a good one.
whenever you're at one place for 2 hours and afterwards go take a walk in the park, make her eat an ice cream, and then so this gives her an illusion that she has been dating you from many weeks because you have spent so much of time. So when she goes back home, when she talks to her girlfriend, she's like, I think I know him from such a long time. And this creates an illusion in her mind that I have been dating from so long. This is not a one date. So this is something I do to make
Great
It
it.
actually becomes like an experience, not just dinner together.
Yeah, like you did so much in so less time.
Yeah.
Okay, your biggest accomplishment so far.
Biggest accomplishment, I would say, I think my biggest accomplishment is my community. I have around 400 students in my community and growing. So मेरे लिए वो बहुत बड़ी achievement है that I'm able to serve so many people. So yes, that is my biggest accomplishment.
Mine is also similar. My biggest accomplishment is, see, whenever I was a CA and I was not really enjoying the thing I'm doing, I really wanted to, do something which I love to do, even if I am paid half. So I am able to live out my passion and also earn some money out of that.
So being
So
a
that is a
dating
big-
thing is an accomplishment.
I think it's an accomplishment that me living out my passion.
Okay, your biggest fear now.
Honestly, मेरे अंदर सच में कोई fear नहीं है. Like generally, not even fear of death, nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. मेरे को आता ही नहीं है. Fear में blank हो
तो
जाता है,
थोड़ा सा
especially
दिख रहा है, कुछ तो fear होगा.
मेरे अंदर, इसके अंदर.
मेरे
हाँ.
अंदर
हाँ.
मैं भी यही सोच रहा हूँ क्या है.
वायर कतई fearless लोगों को. Okay, 3 personalities you look up to.
3 personalities I look up to. One is of course 100% Siddharth. like Guru, सब कुछ उनकी वजह से we are also together. So yes, Siddharth. Then I think Oprah Winfrey. Like I really admire her journey. And third would be Diljit Dosanjh.
Okay.
100%. Yes.
Mine would be first Tony Robbins. He has always been my major mentor in life. Second is my father, because he really taught me a lot of things, how to be humble, how to talk to people, and how to, carry. So I really like to take advice from him. And third is, I don't really look up to a lot of people.
मेरा नाम ले मेरे को
मैं लेने वाला था, but I don't really look up to you.
Excuse me.
Okay. The weirdest question that people ask you.
Weirdest question that people ask us.
Any, like ये बहुत weird सा हो गया. Because I'm sure people must.
मतलब हमारा एज गैप है वो weird तो नहीं है, but हाँ, like he's 2 years younger to me, so I'm the older one here.
And
Yeah.
that's not a big deal, I think.
हाँ, मतलब और तो question
I think यही question होता है कि भाई how are you able to still keep the spice in the
हाँ.
relationship? Isn't it like getting bored? And then I always ask them, who told you that? I heard from somewhere it has happened with.
नहीं, actually there's one thing that people say कि आप दोनों की जैसे लव स्टोरी या आप दोनों का रिलेशनशिप, आप तो अलग हो, आप यूनिक हो, आप लकी हो, नॉर्मल लोगों की बात करो, लाइक ऐसा पर्सपेक्टिव होता है कि हमारी जैसी स्टोरी या हमारे जैसा कनेक्शन, हमारे जैसा लव एक्चुअली में रियल नहीं है या नॉर्मल नहीं है.
Like for her, I know that people come to her and say like, you predicted your husband's date, so this is my case. Can you predict when I'm going to get married? Whom I'm going to get married?
बहुत weird questions आते हैं.
Okay. So, quick definition of love. One line.
So for me, love is a life force. Is a life force. जिसके वजह से existence और creation है. So yeah,
Nice.
very like aware of that.
No, one line definition मेरे दिमाग में नहीं आ रही. I'm getting love is magic. So love is everything बोलने वाला था, but I don't really agree. It's not everything, but it's magic. So
Yeah.
when there is love,
There is magic.
something will
Where there
happen.
is a woman, there is magic. Actually, my phrase है.
Yeah. So when there is love,
Perfect.
something will happen in your life which you can't understand, and magic is what? Something you can't understand.
Yeah, something you can't explain. Beautiful. तो ऐसी चीजें जो आप में common है और different है, but they both make you more magnetic.
Good question. So different है कि मैं बहुत ज्यादा spiritual हूँ और ये बहुत ज्यादा science logic. तो
वाह,
वो बहुत हमारा
तो बहुत अच्छा combination.
evident gap है, हाँ. But yeah, good combination that way. And common, I think हम दोनों ही
are
growth oriented.
Into health and fitness, तो वो हमारा हमेशा रहता है.
Like वही growth ही हो गया, उसी में सब आ गया. So yeah.
हाँ,
Yes.
ये best है यार. If you can work out together, nothing can be a better date than that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, if you could switch lives for a day with each other, what's the first thing you would do?
This is a very interesting question. अगर मैं इस जगह पर होंगी तो मैं I would get myself a puppy.
Puppy, elaborate कर दो. What kind of puppy?
Give me a puppy. Yeah.
Okay.
तो मैं इसकी लाइफ में होऊंगा तो मैं लड़कों से मजे लूंगा.
भाई साहब. Devil. Okay. Describe each other in 3 words.
This क्या?
Describe each other in
Describe
3
each other in
words.
3 words.
Okay, so I will go first. He is crazy. Okay,
मेरे दिमाग में exact
crazy.
मेरा भी पहला word.
Romantic and caring.
My first word is crazy. Second is loving. She's very loving, and third is crazy.
Crazy हो गया.
She's too crazy.
चुप रहे, एक ढंग का word बोल दे कुछ.
Hot.
No, that's a nice word.
Nice. Oh my god, मुझे लग रहा है कि मैं रुकने नहीं वाली हूँ. Okay, the most romantic gesture you have made for each other.
Most romantic gesture, I think I know. So हमारी पता नहीं, I think लड़ाई हुई थी या नहीं हुई थी, मुझे नहीं पता. हमारी एनिवर्सरी क्या था. So he wrote a very nice love letter. In fact, 2-3 times he's done that. वो मेरे को लेटर लिखता है. Why I'm grateful for Shruti, or why I'm grateful for this relationship. He's done that 2-3 times, which is like अभी भी मेरे पास पड़ा है. It's like the sweetest gesture ever. So yes, that.
Most romantic from her side was when हमारी मेरा बर्थडे था कि एनिवर्सरी थी.
दोनों combined.
So उस टाइम पे we were in Maldives and उस टाइम पे she video called my parents जहाँ मेरे घर पे थे and they're like मैं कहा क्या होगा एकदम से, and she bought a bike for me and वो पता नहीं 3-4 हफ्ते से रिसर्च कर रही थी उस चीज के बारे में कि कौन सी बाइक होनी चाहिए. शी हैज नो
I have no idea.
कौन सी कंपनी होती है क्या होती है. इधर उधर से दोस्तों से अपनी बहन से पूछ पाछ के पता नहीं बाइक ऑर्डर कर दी उसने, बुक भी कर दी, पैसे भी दे दिए और घर पे बैठी. And I was
तो हमारी एनिवर्सरी पे वाले दिन हम मॉलडीव्स में थे, तो मैंने उस दिन डिलीवरी करवाई. फिर इसके पेरेंट्स घर पे थे, तो उनको हमने वीडियो कॉल करके मैंने बोला दिस इज योर गिफ्ट, एनिवर्सरी/बर्थडे गिफ्ट.
That is
क्योंकि
so
जुलाई में
sweet.
इसका बर्थडे है, अगस्त में एनिवर्सरी. तो यस.
Wow. Craziest adventure. ये बहुत स्वीट है यार, मैं पिघल रही हूँ.
Sweet, thank you. Craziest adventure. I think it was the desert safari जो हमने दुबई में करी थी. मतलब हाँ, that was like crazy and super fun, and I think वो एक adventure जो हमने करा था. So yeah,
Maybe silliest argument you have had and who won?
वो adventure थोड़ी था.
तो क्या था, मजा आया.
हाँ मतलब trips तो हमारी सारी crazy होती हैं.
मैं देख
हाँ.
रही हूँ, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. It's very cute. A silly argument that you had and who won?
Can you repeat?
A silly argument that you had कभी.
Recent argument.
Silly argument.
Silly argument.
Any silly argument.
अरे बहुत silly arguments होते
अभी
हैं.
कल ही तो हो रहा था.
हाँ, कल ही कुछ silly argument हो रहा था. So yeah, अभी recent मैं बता सकती हूँ recent silly कि मैंने मेरे को ना अभी 2-3 दिन से अजीब से नाइटमेयर आ रहे हैं और मैं एकदम से चिल्लाने लग जाती हूँ. नींद में चिल्लाने लग जाती हूँ. तो 3 दिन पहले आया तो मैंने इसको सुना दिया कि मैं जब चिल्लाई तूने फोन ही मार के मुझे सुला दिया. एंड यू डिडंट लाइक कडल मी और एनीथिंग. और मेरे को ये भी नहीं कि मैं चिल्लाई हूँ नींद में, बंदा टेंशन में आ जाए मेरी बीवी को क्या हो गया एकदम से आधी रात को चिल्ला रही है, इसने उसको नहीं मार के क्या हुआ और सो गया. और मेरी हार्ट बीट इतनी तेज और मेरे को इतना गुस्सा, मैंने कहा गली थी मैं, पति प्यार ही नहीं करता. और फिर क्या उनको सुनाया अगले दिन. तो बाय चांस कल रात को सेम ये चीज हुई और मैं फिर से चिल्लाई सपने में, मेरे को कुछ ऐसा सपना आया. तो ये पता नहीं क्यों हो रहा है अभी एकदम से. एंड देन इसने मेरे को कल प्यार से फिर सुनाया एंड ऑल. तो या सिली आर्गुमेंट व्हिच रिजल्टेड इनटू गुड रिजल्ट. सो यस, नॉट टू सिली.
तुम लोगों की लाइफ बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग और एक्साइटिंग है.
थैंक यू.
If you could trade places with a couple for a day, ऐसा कोई couple जो आपको बहुत पसंद हो, who would that be?
टोनी रॉबिन्स से.
या आई एग्री. वो बिल्कुल वैसे ही है, दोनों कोचेस हैं, टोनी रॉबिन्स एंड उसकी वाइफ. और वो स्पिरिचुअल है, एनर्जी हीलर है. मैं वही हूँ टोनी की जैसे वाइफ, और टोनी की तरह ये बिल्कुल सेम वैसे ही है. तो हम बहुत उनके जैसे ही, हमें लगता है हम वैसे ही हैं. सो या
Perfect. Okay. Any morning or night routine that you follow?
बहुत सारे हैं जो हमने बहुत सारे ट्राई करे हैं. बट हाँ, हम दोनों का अलग अलग रूटीन है. इसका भी एक आवर ऑफ पावर चलता है जिसमें कमरे में लॉक करके हेडफोन लगा के कुछ कुछ सुन रहा होता है, कुछ कुछ कर रहा होता है. और मेरा है आई हैव अ प्लानर जिसमें मैं चीजें लिखती हूँ, मैं स्टिकर्स लगाती हूँ, और मैं ग्रेटिट्यूड प्रेयर करती हूँ, विजुअलाइजेशन करती हूँ, अफर्मेशंस करती हूँ. एंड रात को हम ऑनेस्टली वैसे साथ में बैठ के कुछ देखना प्रेफर करते हैं. बट वी वांट टू अचीव रीडिंग अ बुक बिफोर स्लीपिंग. जो बीच बीच में होता है बीच बीच में नहीं होता. सो या
Perfect.
हम
ऐसी
दोनों का
कोई
अलग
habit
अलग.
एक दूसरे के बारे में जो आपको पसंद नहीं है, ऐसी कोई हैबिट that you don't like in each other?
I would say something, I don't know if it's a habit or what, but this is something about him that I don't like, that he is not mindful. Like इसको literally कुछ भी चीज का ध्यान ही नहीं रहता है. इसने 4 रोटियां खाई है या 5 रोटी खाई, इसको पता ही नहीं, खा के बोल रहा है मैंने कितनी खाई है. मेरा माइंडफुलनेस जीरो. कुछ भी मैं चीज कोई रख देगा, अपना फोन सामने रखा हुआ है, इसने 5-10 मिनट से ढूंढ रहा है. मैंने कहा वहीं पड़ा होगा किचन के उधर, देख कहता कहाँ है, नहीं दिख रहा. और मैं लिटरली गई, वहीं पड़ा था और मैंने इसको पकड़ा दिया. सो ऐसे इसका पता नहीं, ये अपने दिमाग में कुछ बिजनेस प्लानिंग चल रही होती है इसकी पूरा टाइम, लाइक इन सम लॉस्ट वर्ल्ड. एंड ही इज नॉट माइंडफुल ऑफ स्मॉल थिंग. बिग चीजों को लेके हाँ, बट फॉर स्मॉल थिंग्स लाइक दीज ही इज लाइक कितनी रोटी खा ली, कहाँ फोन पड़ा है, कहाँ चश्मा पड़ा है, पता ही नहीं बंदे को. सो या दैट इज समथिंग आई डोंट लाइक.
Okay.
नाउ यू कैन टेल.
I think she speaks very loudly, so I don't like because मैं इतनी ज्यादा चिल्लाता नहीं.
एक्सक्यूज मी.
यही हैबिट ये.
आई एम श्योर.
मैं एक्चुअली वो लाउडली वाला मेरा गिमिक था, ये दिखाना चाहता था.
तो ठीक है, दिखा दिया.
ओवर रिएक्शंस.
हाँ ये ठीक है. दिस इज फाइन. दिस इज मेंशन्ड मी बिफोर आल्सो कि मैं कभी-कभी ओवर रिएक्ट करती हूँ, बट आई डिड वर्क ऑन इट. ये
Okay.
सरकास्टिक स्माइल नहीं चाहिए. ठीक
So
है.
do you guys believe in destiny then?
100%. Like
Okay,
अभी मैं एक
song-
recently interview भी देख रही थी, which made a lot of sense that 20% of your life is destiny, 80% is how you react to it, which
So
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
yes. Okay. One song that you would dedicate to each other.
हमारा है एक गाना, सो ये गाना हम जब हमारी शादी हुई थी, हमारे एक्चुअली में सॉन्ग था तुझे कितना चाहने लगे हम, फ्रॉम कबीर सिंह. एंड जब हमारी शादी हुई और हम लोग गाड़ी में बैठे, जब मेरी विदाई हुई थी, आउट ऑफ नो वेयर द ड्राइवर प्लेड द सॉन्ग एंड लाइक perfection, divine.
Wow.
So yeah, that was very special. So
Okay.
that song I would like to dedicate to him for sure.
Same. हमारा एक्चुअल में पहले से ही this was a song.
तुझे
have a song.
कितना चाहने लगे हम. Yes.
I wish this was an offline ताकि मैं play कर सकती, and you could have danced here.
कोई नहीं, जब मिलेंगे तब करेंगे.
Definitely. So perfect. That was the end of our rapid fire, and I don't want to stop. And I can literally do a
regarding so much, हमने literally lunch नहीं करा and feel ही नहीं हुआ, पता ही नहीं चला. Energy भी कहाँ से आ गई और इतना लंबा time भी हो गया. So thank you so much. We genuinely had a lot of fun.
Yes, it was so insightful, so fun, and I love your chemistry. ये मैंने कई बार बोल दिया, but it is like so cute.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
मुझे बहुत
Thank
खुशी
you
हुई
so
आप
much.
लोगों के साथ में देख के. That is why I
Thank you.
wanted you together.
Thank you, thank you. In fact, हमने I think first time साथ में ऐसे करा है, proper पूरा. Yeah, first time.
Second करते रहते हैं, but podcast नहीं किया.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the first one. Thank you so much.
Glad to be the first. It was a privilege. और thank you मेरा again belief प्यार में restore और strengthen करने के लिए. और बहुत
That's
सारी
why हमें भगवान ने जल्दी जल्दी शादी करा दी कि बहुत सारे और लोगों का restore हो जाए faith.
Yes, so true. So जाते जाते any advice or any case study that you want to share, or in general for the audience, especially Gen Z and millennials like us?
Do you wanna? Any
I think
message?
people are losing, as you said, faith on love and attraction, and they think, can we get it all? Can we do or should I have to have a lifestyle of being single, or should I be polygamous? बहुत ज्यादा ना कचरा भरा हुआ उनके दिमाग में आजकल की जनरेशन में, जहाँ पे कि वो रैंडम इधर उधर के कॉन्सेप्ट्स वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड से सीख रहे हैं, बट दे डोंट रियली अंडरस्टैंड कि बाहर द पीपल यू आर लर्निंग फ्रॉम, उनका डाइवोर्स रेट कितना है. सो बेसिकली जो कॉन्सेप्ट रेट वहां से तुम सीख रहे हो ये सारी चीजें, इवन द हुकअप कल्चर, पॉलीगैमस, दिस दैट, मैं शादी नहीं करूंगा, बहुत डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट सीख रहे हैं. द रियलिटी, द ओनली गैप इज नॉलेज. उनको पता ही नहीं रिलेशनशिप चलाते कैसे हैं. They think relationship is natural. They think relationship is meant to be. They think it's fate. They think it's something autopilot. And what they actually work on is the career. And उनको लगता है relationship autopilot चलता रहेगा, देखी जाएगी. जब तुम एक वर्दी बन जाओगे, अपने आप ही तुम्हें एक perfect इंसान मिल जाएगा और अपने आप ही ऐसा नहीं. So जितना ध्यान and study करियर एंड अपने पढ़ाइयों पे लगाते हो, उतना ही तुम्हें पढ़ना पड़ेगा इस चीज के बारे में. अदरवाइज यू वोंट बी एबल टू रियली अंडरस्टैंड what is that magic in love which I was talking about.
Right. And मैंने actually when he was asking, I was just thinking of something intuitive जो मेरे अंदर आ रहा है, जो मैं audience को बताना चाहूंगी. And a very simple line came that जितना अपने अंदर जाओगे, अपने अंदर जाओ, तो बाहर की दुनिया तुम्हें अच्छे से दिखाई देगी. Like this is what came to my mind, that it's profound and deep. If you are able to understand it,
It is
the more you go
beautiful.
inside of you, the better you can see the outside world. So that's what happened with me. So
That's a takeaway I'm gonna have from this podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow. I'm very, very happy. Thank you for doing this, and I hope we can do this again in a different
100%.
way.
Sure.
And I loved every minute of this conversation. Thank you so much. Thank you
We
for
loved
doing
it, bro.
Yes,
Thank you.
same here,
Thank
it's
you.
mutual. Thank you.
See you in FBR soon.
Yes.
Yes, definitely, 100%.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Convo with Aysh till the end. I really appreciate your attention and support. If you haven't seen the previous episodes of this podcast, please go to the playlist and watch them. If you want to get connected with the amazing guest of today, please go to the description and check out the links of their profiles. Of course, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with your friends, relatives, or any person that you think would find this valuable or useful. Put down your learnings, queries, or feedbacks in the comments, and I will see you soon in the coming episodes of Convo with Aysh, and with amazing and brilliant content on personal development, public speaking, communication skills, and hope no healing. Until next time, this is Ambivert Aysh signing off. Love, love. See you soon.